I'm not really sure. Seattle has a whole bunch of tech companies, so they have a bunch of employees that are more than able to work from home. If it's necessary. And I know some folks that I've joked around about, hey, enjoy the easy commute while you can because the traffic is down. It's easier to get around town, that kind of a thing because of the coronavirus going on there. But
my corona.
Yeah. I'm just looking at the headlines here over at the Drudge Report. It says here, Congress is considering an emergency shutdown. All right. Woo! This is fantastic.
Wow. Can we get the whole government to shut down?
Wouldn't that be nice?
Oh,
yeah.
Man.
See, the reason that I find the coronavirus interesting, although, I mean, I'm not particularly afraid of it. I find it interesting because it's clear that we're getting very different stories out of the East than we're getting out of the West. Mm-hmm. So my first question is, who's lying and about what?
Right.
All of them.
Yeah. But it's true that that chances are all of them are lying, but still it's interesting, why are they lying? If they created this thing, why did they do it? Did it get loose accidentally, or did they decide they don't like old people because old people don't work but they still have to eat,
right?
And they just wanted to take a bunch of them out while creating for themselves some cover so they could also take out their political dissidents, which seems to be close to what's going on.
Yeah. As far as the government is concerned, clearly they're going to use this to garner as much power as they possibly can.
Never let a good crisis go to waste, right. The motto of all politicians worldwide.
Well, but I got to give some credit to Donald Trump here. And now, I'll give credit where credit's due, and when somebody's right, they're right. And he's wrong a lot, but in this case, his Twitter account posted about 8 hours ago, quote, "So last year, 37,000 Americans died from the common flu. It averages between 27,000 and 70,000 per year. Nothing is shut down. Life and the economy go on. At this moment, there are 546 confirmed cases of coronavirus with 22 deaths. Think about that." And he's right.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I've thought this whole time.
Are those numbers true?
I mean, I presume there's not very many people who have caught the infection in the United States.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that
seems to be that does seem to be true, but I never know if their numbers are.
That's
true.
what I'm saying. His point is people don't freak out every year about the flu, even though it kills tens of thousands of people every single year. And now they're going to argue, or the people that are afraid of the coronavirus will argue, well, the coronavirus kills more people. Given 100,000 infections, you're going to see more people die from the coronavirus than you will see from the flu. However, it's still an important point to make here. Yeah. It's like, why are people freaking out over this?
Well, it is a point, but the answer is people are freaking out about this because it is something new. And we don't know if there's going to be a quick pandemic of the coronavirus, a bunch of people die and then it's over, or if this is going to be the new normal, if the coronavirus is just going to be a thing of everyday life, and then
it'd be like the flu.
Maybe. Well,
and the odds are
that
you'll survive
depends on how big it is, whether or not it mutates, and
sure. I mean, anything's possible, I suppose,
but
at this point,
you can't compare disease numbers. You can't compare two plagues when one is over and the other is just beginning.
Well, the flu is not over.
Correct me if I'm wrong, though, but isn't it still more dangerous? Aren't you more likely to die from being associated with the Clintons than the coronavirus?
It depends on how closely you're associated. I mean, since Bill Clinton was the president of the United States, we are all, depending on how you define associated with Clinton.
Yeah,
but then those who it seems like there seem to be a lot of deaths among people who are very closely associated with Clinton.
Speaking of Clinton, what were the headlines about this last week with him commenting about how Monica Lewinsky was to deal with his anxiety, and he all of a sudden 20 years later comes out with this a new set of excuses.
By the way, I got a BJ because I was anxious.
Right, he was under stress from his job.
Duh.
I don't know, and I'm wondering, was that like an interview question?
I don't know. I didn't read the stories. I just saw the headlines.
Sue spontane?
I mean, isn't that why anybody gets a BJ? Like, really? I mean,
I just get blowjobs because I want to increment the count of girls who are like being enough to suck my dick.
Okay, you got to hit the dump button on that one. Just hit it now. Hit it now. Hit it fast. You're
I'm
too slow. Hit it
Yep.
both times. There you go.
Did it.
Yeah,
And this one?
you're probably way too late on that one.
Well, apparently I
Yeah,
didn't.
can't say that on the radio, dude.
Apparently I can't say that on the radio. Sorry.
Yeah, can't talk about sexual things in any kind of graphic detail.
Okay.
Yeah. BJ,
I
that's
was
okay.
I
I'd say
was
BJ.
ill prepared for the host moments. I must attend remedial host training.
I'm a bad man. You have to watch me because, I have no filter. Things just get said.
Yeah, well, that's okay. It's okay, nobody. At least
Nobody says that kind of thing.
At least I can blame nobody. I have nobody to blame for that particular error.
Yeah. If the FCC calls and gives you a hassle, just tell them nobody said that.
That's right. I have evidence that nobody said that.
Yeah.
So at any rate, the article says it's been put under dramatic total lockdown. This is Italy, by the way, has been put under a dramatic total lockdown as the coronavirus spreads in the country. Prime Minister Giuseppe Conte announced that he is extending restrictions already in place in the north. All the measures of the red zone are now extended to all of the national territory, Conte said at a press conference on Monday evening. Also announcing a ban on all public events. All public events are banned in Italy.
They closed down SXXW or whatever.
South by Southwest?
Yeah. In Austin. That's not happening this year.
Yep, they sure
That's
did.
a humongous
What is
festival.
that?
Like sometime in March, I think, or like soon.
What is it?
It's a massive tech and music festival in Austin, Texas that attracts tens of thousands of attendees.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Have you shut down an entire country because of a virus? More coming up. Free Talk Live. The number here is 855-450-3733. That's 855-450-FREE, like freedom. How would you go about preventing or containing a virus in a free society? More coming up.
Do you want more businesses accepting Bitcoin Cash and Dash? Now with AnyPay, you earn passive income for every purchase at those businesses. Finally, a financial incentive to spread Bitcoin Cash and Dash. You made it happen, so you get the rewards. Download the AnyPay Cash Register app and add your cryptocurrency wallet addresses. Then install it at a real-life business and tell us what you did at anypayinc.com. anypayinc.com.
Bitcoin.com has launched a trading platform at local.bitcoin.com, allowing you to buy or sell Bitcoin Cash via dozens of payment methods like PayPal, Venmo, bank deposit, remittances, or meeting in person with cash. There are no ID requirements to sign up for and use the site, and all communications between buyers and sellers are encrypted. Finally, a global trading platform that respects your privacy. Visit local.bitcoin.com to get started trading Bitcoin Cash. local.bitcoin.com.
Gold has definitely been on the move recently, and there is no more secure investment historically. McIlvaney ICA has been helping people take delivery of precious metals and find storage options for decades. They've helped thousands of investors with their precious metal IRAs. Call ICA today for your free portfolio review at 800-525-9556 or download their free report online at ICAGoldSilver.com to learn how you can double your gold and silver ounces even within an IRA. 800-525-9556. ICAGoldSilver.com.
Don't miss this year's LibertyCon with great speakers like Whole Foods CEO John Mackey, Congressman Justin Amash, and Nobel Prize winner Vernon Smith. Attend 2 spectacular debates. Is government necessary, and does capitalism require government intervention? Network with over 70 pro-liberty organizations. This and a whole lot more. April the 3rd through the 5th in Washington, D.C. Visit LibertyCon.com and use code FTL for a $10 discount on LibertyCon.com.
On Free Talk Live, we're bringing people to the ideas of liberty every day. From wrestling superstars like Glenn Jacobs.
You guys really are having an impact, I believe. Like I said, a lot of where I am now is due to listening to Free Talk Live. You changed my mind on some very important issues years ago.
To random people tuning in on the radio.
I was kind of stuck in the left-right paradigm. I heard your show by chance on a Saturday night. From there, I went on, joined the Free State Project, and become an amplifier. So, I mean, that's really the reason why I amp is because I know that if it wasn't for you guys being on as many stations as you are, I never would have found the ideas of liberty.
Your AMP will directly change more lives by getting Free Talk Live in front of people looking for talk radio online and on the air. When you AMP Free Talk Live, you get perks like access to the AMP-only Facebook group and AMP podcast. Visit amp.freetalklive.com. What if you want to hear the latest episode of Free Talk Live, but all you have is your phone, you forgot to download our archive, and you have no data connection? You can call our Listen line at 641-793-0191. That's a long-distance number, so you may incur charges. If not, listen as long as you want. 641-793-0191. The Free Talk Live Listen line, 641-793-0191.
Do you want more businesses accepting Bitcoin Cash and Dash? Now with AnyPay, you earn passive income for every purchase at those businesses. Finally, a financial incentive to spread Bitcoin Cash and Dash. You made it happen, so you receive the rewards. Download the AnyPay Cash Register app and add your cryptocurrency wallet addresses. Then install it at a real-life business and tell us what you did at anypayinc.com. anypayinc.com.
Live video of our key New Hampshire-based shows is streamed on DLive. Please follow and share at dlive.lrn.fm. That's dlive.lrn.fm.
Yes, this is Free Talk Live. Our toll-free number here is 855-450-FREE, like freedom. That's 855-450-3733. It's the live Monday night edition. And with you tonight, it's myself, the captain.
It's Ian.
And nobody.
And are you sure you're going to have a great retirement, or do you have some doubt? Tom Young, the author and founder of the CFO Project, can show you how to be debt-free in 9 years or less, including your mortgage, without spending a single dollar more. With the current state of the federal debt at $23 trillion and the unfunded liabilities at $127 trillion, you can't wait to take control of your money. Don't let your retirement savings be used to bail out the government again. Instead of building a plan, Tom can show you how to create strategies now to save money without penalties and as little government involvement as possible. His new book, The Family Money Farm, The CFO Project, will show you exactly how to build wealth and eliminate debt at the same time. Get your free copy now at cfo-project.com. Invest in yourself and your family today. Get your free copy of The Family Money Farm, The CFO Project at cfo-project.com. We've been talking a little bit about a few things, but mostly this headline that I brought in today. It's been reported by various sources. I saw it a few times before I headed for the studio today, and I just happened to pull up the CNN article. All of Italy, apparently, is in lockdown over fear of the coronavirus.
Mamma mia.
Yeah, right.
And what does it mean to be in lockdown? I mean, you can't leave your house, you can't go to work.
Yeah, that's a
You can't leave the
great
country.
question.
Can
Whatever.
Have they sealed their borders or people's houses? Because that's a big difference.
Apparently, they had areas of Italy in lockdown prior to today, and now they've just extended that to the whole
But what
country.
did that lockdown mean? They use this word, but this word has no definition.
So the prime minister said...
They could have said there's a dusk to dawn curfew, which means you can't leave
Right.
your house, but that would have been specific.
Well, the prime minister said the move was taken in order to protect the population and especially the most fragile individuals, blah, blah, blah. His announcement came at the end of a chaotic day that saw prison riots across the country. 97 people have died of the novel coronavirus since Sunday in Italy, bringing its total number of deaths to 463. The country has 9,172 cases so far, the most of any European country. Over the weekend, blanket travel restrictions had been announced in just certain areas of Italy's north. The rest of the country will now join the northern provinces under lockdown, one of the toughest responses implemented outside of mainland China to get the COVID-19 epidemic under control. The coordinator for intensive care in the crisis unit for the northern Lombardy region told CNN that Lombardy's healthcare system was one step from collapse, quote unquote, despite efforts to free up hospital beds.
Yay, socialized medicine.
Right. Quote, we are now being forced to set up intensive care treatment in corridors. Antonio Pacenti said, we've emptied entire hospital sections to make space for the seriously sick people. He described seeing a tsunami of patients, adding that there could be 18,000 patients in the hospital by the end of the month if the virus continues to spread. So they do go on to show a map here of the quarantine red zone. Almost 16 million people were placed in lockdown in the Lombardy region and 14 more Italian provinces on Sunday after.
It says here in a story at the Washington Post that no matter where the Italians live, they are cut off from most kinds of travel, including traveling abroad and from one region of the country to another. Italians will be permitted to travel only for essential work, health reasons, or other emergencies.
Okay, so it's like internal checkpoints probably level.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like. Let's go to some of your calls and your thoughts. Calling from Seattle, Washington, we have Jeff. Jeff, you're live on Free Talk Live.
Hello. Captain, how's it going?
Hey, pretty good, man. How you doing?
Hey,
good. Hey, yeah, it's Jeff here. Wanted to give you a little bit of update on what's going on here.
Yeah, give us the Seattle experience. What's going on?
It's traffic is basically as it was in 1997.
Oh, nice.
Everybody's. I mean, it's a joy to be here right now. Like literally.
So what you're saying is people aren't driving. There's not many people on the roads.
Yeah, no one's driving. Everybody's working from home. I mean, the only problem is that people are freaking out and going to Costco, which is insane to me. That they're out of toilet paper and water. They think the place is going to fall apart.
Well, the thing about the buying is that can actually be rational. No matter what you think about the virus, if you think your neighbors are going to buy all the toilet paper and there won't be any there for you, you better go get some toilet paper, even if you think they're crazy.
Yeah.
So what else do you see there on the ground in Seattle?
But Amazon's got you.
It's getting nutty. Yeah, well, like a lot of the Starbucks people are working from home, Microsoft, Amazon. I know where I work.
So do you have to go to the house of the Starbucks guy and be like, I want a big cup of coffee, and they're like, grande.
Starbucks has an office headquarters for all of their corporate stuff.
Those people
in Seattle.
Yeah.
So,
Sorry.
Yeah. Why do
headquarters down there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're talking to our listeners aren't all in Seattle.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey Jeff, how are you listening?
Crazy.
How are you listening to us online?
Yeah, I'm online. I'm usually online when I listen to you guys.
Okay, cool.
And I started listening a while ago when you joined up.
Nice.
So.
Well, thanks. We appreciate that. Are you what are you more afraid of, the virus or the people?
Well, I think the virus. No, the people here everything's great. I mean, there's nothing's going to happen. It's all hysteria. My mother-in-law is actually in a nursing home here, not the one where they had all the. There was a nursing home in Kirkland where like 16 people had died from this. They all came from this like assisted living place. But my mother's in a nursing home, and they are having us. They're self-quarantined there because everybody's obviously one of the classes, like their immune system or they're over 60. So no one can go there right now and visit for obvious reasons.
No visitors allowed.
Everybody's saying, yeah.
I heard there was a hotel in like Kent that the city was going to try and buy, and then
they're trying to do that.
Kent got upset, or no, somebody else got upset. That they were going to buy this thing without really seeking anybody's vote or approval or anything.
Yeah, it was like an 80-room place or a 50-room hotel with, and they were going to try and buy it for $4 million, I think, in the city of Kent. No one had approved it. It's kind of crazy just to think that they're going to buy it. They also had some places set up where a mobile home, like RVs, were set up as quarantine sites. There's like 10 or 12 RVs in this one area in Shoreline, which is right outside of Seattle.
Wow.
Well, RVs do make sense for quarantine because, not all of the people quarantined will be infected, so you don't want those who aren't catching it from those who are.
Right.
Sure, sure.
Well, hey, Genius, thank you for the call and the report from Seattle, Washington directly. We appreciate the call. The toll-free number here, of course, is 855-450-FREE, like freedom. That's 855-450-3733. Would you prefer to be quarantined in a hotel or in an RV?
The next generation wallet is coming from Divvy. In just a few taps, you'll be able to send, earn, spend, and exchange digital money in seconds. Send money around the globe with only a swipe. Instantly exchange between Divvy, Bitcoin, and fiat right in the mobile app and withdraw directly to your bank account. Divvy already offers the first one-tap solution for earning passive income with crypto. Multi-tiered masternodes allow everyone to partake in the network. Visit DivvyProject.org. DivvyProject.org.
I want to tell you about my favorite cryptocurrency wallet, Edge Wallet, at edge.app. Edge is the wallet I use more than any other, and that was true long before Edge Wallet became a sponsor of Free Talk Live. Edge Wallet allows you to buy, sell, trade, and securely hold your cryptocurrencies, including Bitcoin, Ethereum, tokens, Monero, Ripple, Dash, Bitcoin Cash, and more. It's available for both Android and iOS, and you can download it via the Play or App Store or via Edge Wallet's website, edge.app. Secure your freedom with Edge Wallet. The Free State Project has reached its goal of 20,000 liberty lovers who've pledged to move to New Hampshire and get active to achieve liberty in our lifetime. Perhaps you're trying to figure out what part of New Hampshire should be your destination. If so, consider Keene. You'll find more than 150 reasons to move to Keene at move.freekeene.com. Keene is famous for its historic, publicity-generating activism, as well as being the liberty media capital of the world. It's home to freekeene.com, New Hampshire's destination for liberty activism, news, and opinion. For years, we've been compiling over 150 reasons to move to Keene at move.freekeene.com, where you'll learn about some of what's happening here and what makes Keene a great place to live. If you love liberty, you'll probably enjoy anywhere you end up in the Shire. But do your due diligence first. Please visit move.freekeene.com for the full list of over 150 reasons to move to Keene. That's move.freekeene.com.
My name is Jacob Hornberger. I'm president of the Future of Freedom Foundation, which Congressman Ron Paul awarded for having an outstanding freedom website. Write us at fff@fff.org, and we'll send you a free 3-month subscription to our monthly journal of libertarian essays and our booklet, Economic Liberty in the Constitution, which George Mason University economics professor Walter Williams praised in a recent column. That's fff@fff.org.
Some of you asked, and now we've delivered. LRN.FM's live Keene, New Hampshire studio shows are now streamed in HD on Twitch. Visit our channel at twitch.lrn.fm and give it a follow. If you have Amazon Prime, you get 1 free subscription on Twitch. If you use it on our channel, Twitch will give LRN.FM a monthly piece of your Prime subscription cost. So please watch, follow, share, and subscribe to twitch.lrn.fm. That's twitch.lrn.fm.
This is Michael Dean from the Freedom Fiends. I've run websites since 1996 and have used over a dozen web hosts in that time. AgristHosting.com is the only one that hasn't broken my heart. Agrist Hosting's uptime and service is stellar, and their DDoS mitigation is the best I've seen. That's important because if you tell the truth in this world, you'll ruffle feathers. And some people will try dirty tricks to silence your voice. No matter what the haters hit us with, Agrist Hosting keeps our websites online. If you have a mission-critical commercial presence or a world-changing activism site, you cannot tolerate any skullduggery. So go with agristhosting.com. Have a WordPress or blog site, but you're not satisfied with performance or uptime? Or just want raw hosting? Want to pay with Bitcoin? Agrist Hosting specializes in high-performance hosting with personalized service. Go to agristhosting.com and click on the button that says Get Hosted. That's agristhosting.com.
You're listening to the best liberty-oriented audio streamed around the clock, on the air, and online. This is the Liberty Radio Network at LRN.FM.
Yes, this is Free Talk Live. The live call-in talk show where you can take control of the airwaves and talk about whatever you like. Our toll-free number here, of course, is 855-450-FREE like freedom. That's 855-450-3733. You can also get us on our Discord line at discord.freetalklive.com. And if you do join, you just jump in one of the AMP or one of the call-in lines, and you can sound as if you're right here in the studio as long as you have an adequate headset to use. So it's a pretty cool thing. Feel free to use that as well. With you tonight, it's myself, the Reverend Captain Kickass.
It's Ian.
And nobody.
And I wanted to tell you that Bitcoin.com has launched a trading platform at local.bitcoin.com, allowing you to buy or sell Bitcoin Cash via dozens of payment methods like PayPal, Venmo, bank deposit, remittances, or meeting in person with cash. There are no ID requirements to sign up for and use the site, and all communications between buyers and sellers are encrypted. Finally, a global trading platform that respects your privacy. Visit local.bitcoin.com to get started trading Bitcoin Cash. That's local.bitcoin.com. We've been talking about Italy, the entire country apparently placing itself, or its government placing its populace in lockdown as a result of the coronavirus and the growing number of folks who are contracting that there. We've talked a little bit about how it started in the north. We covered there's been 463 folks apparently died since Sunday for a
no
400 sorry 97 since Sunday, 463 total. The country has 9,172 confirmed cases so far,
which is a fairly large percentage, right? I mean, that's
I don't know the
20%.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm sorry, not 20%, 5%.
I don't know the population of Italy, but it seems steep. The article goes on to say, they've been setting up intensive care treatment in corridors. Somebody described a tsunami of patients. They're predicting the need for at least 18,000 more should the virus continue at its current pace. So we'll talk more about that in just a minute. But first, let's go to more of your calls and your thoughts. Let's go to Tom from New Hampshire. Tom, you are live on Free Talk Live.
Hello. I'm sure that your listeners can all walk on over to their bookcase and dig out the April 2017 issue of Reason magazine, where they ran the article about that baby in Virginia who died because the hospital where the baby was born was not issued a certificate of public need to add a neonatal intensive care unit. And when the baby was born and needed neonatal intensive care unit, not a problem. We just called a special ambulance, except that the ambulance was on a call far, far away.
Mm-hmm.
And
I remember that story.
Yeah. Now, what I'm getting at is that with the coronavirus, this possible epidemic, whatever you call it, is going to raise. I wonder whether people are going to realize the absurdity of imposing those laws, because people are going to be dying because there's not enough hospital beds. And without enough hospital beds, the reason they don't have enough hospital beds is either the local zoning board would not allow the hospital to build an expansion because it would deteriorate the quality of life in the community, or because they were not issued a certificate of public need.
Yeah, and for those that don't know, there's a federal law that requires you to get permission, a certificate of public need, before you open another hospital. So you can open as many fast food joints as you want, but a hospital, we don't know about that. You need special permission.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like taxi medallions and all the other stuff. And instead of looking at which Democrat is going to throw the most money at increasing health insurance availability, how about stop making health care unavailable? Just simply repeal that one law there. It's state laws, according to that article that I talk about. And so that's one thing that they got to look at. And in Italy, then, I wonder if those hospitals are so crammed because of bureaucratic restrictions or what. Yeah.
Well, it's socialized medicine there, so it's going to be inadequate.
Yeah. So that's that's my input there, and I'll let you go.
All right, Tom. Thanks for the call today. Certainly, the question in my mind is, how much is too much, right? How much? If
too much is when they have to cut their prices.
Well, I'm just saying, like, the government in Italy apparently believes it has the power to just sort of quarantine the whole country.
Oh, it has the power. They got a lot of guns.
What does a free society look like when a virus or an epidemic comes along? How does a voluntary society handle that? That's the question.
Well, of course,
in my mind.
If the whole world is a free society, you don't have a commie government making the virus in the first place.
Ooh.
Good
point.
point.
That's not proven, but
but it's really, really likely.
Still, the question is a good question, and it does deserve some consideration.
Yeah.
I mean, we have seen, Captain, you have a company that you work for as your day job that had sent out a notice to all of its employees to say, we're going to try to keep you home or whatever. If you don't have to come to work, we're going to, figure out a way to let you work at home, right? Didn't they do that?
Yeah, they basically said if you have the ability and you want to, go ahead. We won't stop you from working from home. They didn't say you had to.
No.
But they just said, hey, in response to the coronavirus, if you're already outfitted for it, you've got a laptop, you can accomplish your tasks. You have our blessing and permission to go and do so. And so, of course, many people did.
I mean, my answer, I guess, is that in a truly free society, every individual would do what they thought was best and which most fit with their interests and values. And so you can't say what everybody would do because everybody would do different things.
Right.
It's like,
and that drives an authoritarian nuts.
Oh yeah, they hate it.
Yeah.
They hate it. It's like, without a government, would society be ANCAP or ANCOM? Well,
it stands for anarcho-capitalist and
anarcho-communist. Well, the answer is neither, because people are not unanimous on either of those things. So in some areas, the property rights would be one way, and in other areas, the property rights would be another way, and it would be a good plan to go to some place where the property rights are the way you want them.
Right. I would imagine that something like a healthcare provider, right, in this instance, would be issuing advice, right? So in a voluntary society, you might subscribe to a service where you could get, care from doctors and that type of a thing that was not, in any way, shape, or form regulated or otherwise imposed upon by the government.
Right.
But I would imagine that, in the interest of providing service to their customers and, of course, keeping their customers, alive and paying, right, that they would be issuing, recommendations, right? Oh, hey, we know you're in this area. We know that this particular disease is going round and, here's what we think and what, actions that you can take for, self-preservation and that kind of a thing.
I'd agree with that. And some people would be subscribed to half a dozen of these things,
right,
and some people wouldn't be subscribed to any because they just not worried.
It does bother me, though, that an entire country can just be like, snap our fingers. Okay, y'all are locked down.
Yeah, well,
scary.
It's certainly interesting, and it's, why is the reaction in Italy and China so different from the reaction in most places in the world?
That's a good question.
Well, supposedly Italy has a large infection rate, right?
Right.
Didn't it say it was the second biggest compared to China?
In Europe, yeah. It's
and
the
that's the thing, is the infection rate in Italy or in China does not match what the virus is doing here. So why?
Right. 855-450-FREE, like Freedom, 855-450-3733. More on the coronavirus and Italy in a lockdown coming up after this.
Join me, George Norrie, in Indian Wells, California, May 29th to June 1st for the Contact in the Desert UFO Conference, an epic weekend of exploration into UFOs, ancient civilizations, crop circles, and so much more. Over 150 lectures, panels, workshops, and events with leading experts: Paul Hellyer, Linda Moulton Howe, Nick Pope, Emery Smith, Stephen Greer, Russell Targ, Doc Wallach, Leslie Kane, and more. Get your tickets at contactinthedesert.com. It's time to make contact. Contactinthedesert.com.
Non-attorney paid spokesperson. Could your house go into foreclosure? Are you behind on your mortgage payments? Does it seem like the bank has no interest in helping you save your home? And you feel like you have nowhere to turn for help? Then we have good news for you. Foreclosure Protection Services can help save your home as they specialize in foreclosure assistance. That's all they do. If you're behind on your mortgage payments, being threatened with foreclosure, have been denied a loan modification, or been the victim of a predatory loan, it's critical that you call Foreclosure Protection Services now at 800-667-9035. Their network of attorneys and their agents are available to speak to you now. If you're behind on your mortgage payments, Foreclosure Protection Services can help stop the foreclosure process. Call today before it's too late. New laws are in effect that may save your home. Call Foreclosure Protection Services now at 800-667-9035. 800-667-9035. That's 800-667-9035.
Are you afraid to go to the mailbox because of letter after letter from the IRS? Are they stacking on more and more penalties and interest? By now, you know the problem won't go away on its own. Don't let the IRS chase you to your grave with penalties and interest and liens and levies. You need real help now. I'm Dan Pilla. I wrote the book on tax debt settlement, and I help thousands of people solve tax problems they thought couldn't be solved. I can help you too. Call 800-34-NO-TAX or go to my website, danpilla.com. That's danpilla.com. danpilla.com.
We have some good news. The indictments against Ross Ulbricht in the District of Maryland were dismissed with prejudice, meaning they can never be refiled. This is especially good because those indictments contain the only charge ever made that Ross engaged in murder for hire. This was a serious allegation that Ross Ulbricht denies. It was never prosecuted or ruled on by a jury, but was trumpeted by the federal government and the media as if it were proven fact. The Maryland court held these indictments for almost 5 years, poisoning Ross's case and leaving him under a cloud of unproven allegations. As explained in Ross's appeal to the Supreme Court, the fact that the judge used these allegations to give Ross a draconian sentence of double life without parole violated his Sixth Amendment right to a jury trial. Judges are required to issue sentences based on convictions decided by a jury, not unproven allegations never even charged at trial. Although this is a positive development, the dropped indictment will not set Ross free. Now, a presidential pardon is Ross's only hope of freedom. Sign the petition at freeross.org. freeross.org.
So you've heard all 3 hours of the latest episode of Free Talk Live, and you're still hungry for liberty-oriented audio content? Did you know that we have another 24/7 audio stream at LRN.FM? The Liberty Radio Network airs the latest episodes of some of the best liberty-oriented podcasts on the internet around the clock. In addition to recorded content, you'll also hear live shows like Free Talk Live, originating from our Keene, New Hampshire studio. So listen anytime at LRN.FM. That's LRN.FM. Bitcoin.com has launched a trading platform at local.bitcoin.com, allowing you to buy or sell Bitcoin Cash via dozens of payment methods like PayPal, Venmo, bank deposit, remittances, or meeting in person with cash. There are no ID requirements to sign up for and use the site, and all communications between buyers and sellers are encrypted. Finally, a global trading platform that respects your privacy. Visit local.bitcoin.com to get started trading Bitcoin Cash. local.bitcoin.com.
Do you love Twitter? Make sure you favorite the LRN.FM Twitter account so you can receive our tweets at twitter.lrn.fm. That's twitter.lrn.fm.
Yes, you're in the right place. It's Free Talk Live. Yes, it's the live Monday night edition, coming to you live from our Keene, New Hampshire studios. With you tonight, it's myself, the Reverend Captain Kickass.
It's Ian.
And nobody.
Do you want more businesses accepting Bitcoin Cash and Dash? I know I do. Now with AnyPay, you can earn passive income for every purchase at those businesses. Finally, a financial incentive to spread Bitcoin Cash and Dash. You made it happen, so you receive the rewards. What you do is you download the AnyPay Cash Register app and add your cryptocurrency wallet addresses. Then you go and have it installed at a real-life business. So whatever places you like, your friend has a business, maybe you frequent a place, you just talk them into installing it there. And then tell AnyPay what you did at anypayinc.com, and you will get a small piece of every transaction that is made at that business, which I think is pretty darn cool. So again, that's anypayinc.com, anypayinc.com. We've been talking tonight about apparently Italy. The entire country has been put under lockdown of some sort at the advisement of their government. We've covered a little bit about how many folks have contracted, how many have died, and we had some questions about, what are the details? What does lockdown actually mean? And so we'll talk a little bit more about that right now. The article goes on to say that under the previous North-only lockdown, checks on compliance with the movement ban were to be carried out on main highways and along smaller roads by the Carabiner. This is the military police in Italy. They're called the Carabiner, or I can't pronounce that.
Aren't those things you clip yourself to the mountain with when you're climbing?
I can't. It's Carabinieri, the equivalent of the Italian military police. So they've got military police doing checkpoints, is what this boils down to.
We'll just call them the cribbage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Municipal police forces, while railway police, health authority workers, and civil protection staff using thermoscan appliances will enforce the travel ban on states' railways. So they're using those trucks with the thermal imaging to detect if folks are, being carted around in backs of trucks, is what it's, or in other, they're not sitting up in the car. They're trying to smuggle people through the.
That's
the
one possibility.
areas.
Although the other possibility, if you watch the footage of checkpoints in China, they're pulling people up. People are pulling up and they're putting something against their forehead to
take their temperature?
Check for I think they're checking for a fever.
Wow.
So that's another thing that device may or may not be.
Travelers, including those departing or arriving in the containment regions by airplane, were to be checked to see if they have self-declared travel exemption. I don't know what that means.
Self-declared travel exemption. Okay.
I declare
just in
that I'm
case
exempt.
anybody in the world ever wants to know, I have self-declared travel exemption. So just leave me alone.
According to an article at BuzzFeed News, they say that you can have an exemption if you need to travel due to work, health, or an emergency. However, you will have to explain why you are traveling. So if you are caught out and about, they will demand to know what your reason is for being out and about.
Why are you traveling?
Yeah, they do that every time they pull me over anyway.
Yeah.
I wish I could do an Italian accent, but I can't. It's unfortunate. Checks were also introduced for cruise ship passengers arriving in Venice who will not be able to disembark to visit the city. So they're not allowing anybody from cruise ships to disembark, but will only be able to return to their place of residence or country of origin.
This is supposedly going to be lasting for a month, basically. It says here the measures are in effect as of tomorrow and are going to last until April 3rd. And, of course, they could be extended, I imagine, past that.
Yeah, it would be. I wish there was some way to, in real time, see the actual numbers of people who had this thing and people who died by country. That would be fascinating.
The quarantine zone stretches across country. There have been more than 108,000 confirmed cases and 3,821 deaths related to the novel coronavirus worldwide.
Worldwide. So 3%? Is that what we're talking about here?
108,000 confirmed cases? I mean, what's the global population?
Billions?
7
billion?
Yeah, so, I mean, not even 1/10 of 1%?
No, but I mean the number of deaths.
Oh, the number of deaths,
there were 3,800.
Right, 3,800 out of 108,000. Yeah, that's not a lot.
3.5%.
Despite signs of movement in Asia, with China and South Korea recording a slowdown in the number of new cases, the situation in Europe and North America appears to be worsening. Under the initial lockdown rules, schools, universities, theaters, cinemas, bars, and nightclubs were closed in Italy's north. Religious ceremonies, including funerals and weddings and sporting events, were suspended or postponed.
Yep.
Restaurants and bars were allowed to be open from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., and malls and markets could be open on weekdays if they could assure a meter, 3 feet, of distance between each client.
Well, it's good to know that you can still go out and drink.
This is the...
It's going to make dancing a lot less fun.
Yeah, right? I feel like everybody's going to become Bubble Boy Right?
Yeah. Definitely no point in a trip to the strip club.
Just start bouncing off of each other. Right, yeah. I imagine the strip clubs are on lockdown. This is of the utmost importance, not only from a healthcare point of view, but also economically. A temporary downturn in some sectors, areas of the country is preferable to a longer crisis that could spread to the whole country via demand and supply effects, the original statement read. Hotel worker Alice, 38, told CNN that Milan's hotels are empty, so jobs are at risk.
Yeah, I mean, they can't pay people if no one's coming in to buy a room. Eventually they're going to say to everybody, you got to go home.
She said,
and if you don't have, if you don't have significant savings, what are you going to live off of?
Right. Mm-hmm. She said Italy's tourism industry had been hit the hardest by the outbreak. So just, to pile on that statement, obviously, right? If you lock everybody down, restrict their movements, restrict their hours of operation for whatever products and services they're selling, whatever businesses they're running, you are going to see a significant reduction in the economic vitality of the area.
Right. I mean, what are, companies like Disney World, Busch Gardens, what are these, big theme parks in the United States? Have they decided to do anything? Are they going to be restricting people? Because there's a lot of people that, are mixing it up there.
Italian tourism representatives warned last month that 200 million euros, that's $260 million, in bookings had been canceled since the outbreak was first announced. The Italian government is preparing measures to support workers and firms across the country, particularly in sectors and areas most affected by the outbreak, to prevent, quote, lasting damage to the supply side of the Italian economy and permanent employment losses, unquote. The World Health Organization...
No loss is permanent.
Yeah. The World Health Organization has called on all countries to continue efforts that have been effective in limiting the number of cases and slowing the spread of the virus. In a statement, the WHO said, allowing uncontrolled spread should not be a choice of any government, as it will harm not only the citizens of that country, but affect other countries as well. I did breeze over a section.
The thing is, thinking rationally, if half the population of the world just suddenly disappeared, everybody left would be twice as rich. And that would take a lot of... on average, that would take a lot of stress off the world. All of a sudden, global warming would no longer be a credible issue. We're not worried about running out of gas and oil.
Well, fires happen in forests naturally.
Oh, yeah, certainly fires happen.
So, I mean, this is one of the reasons why plagues and things like that do hit, right, is to cull populations.
Oh, yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I would not intentionally cause a thing like this because, even if it would be overall good for humanity rationally, I'm not going to take on the spiritual tab of paying for it, but by being the guy who did it. But there are governments out there that are like that. So my biggest hope is that this thing will somehow cause the Chinese people to realize they have no choice but to overthrow the Chinese government, which is absolutely monstrous. And
that's awfully optimistic.
It's a good point, though, because I can see, the whole no good crisis goes to waste that politicians seem to live their lives by. To me, this sounds exactly like martial law.
Well, yeah, that's the thing, is they are putting people in martial law. And, if you want to look on the there is no virus side, the theory would be they just want us to make us scared enough to do martial law.
Right. And, I mean, what are the differences between what we've read tonight from this report out of Italy and martial law? I don't see many differences. They've got checkpoints, they've got military police, etc., and so on. We'll talk more.
This is supposed to be temporary, though.
Yeah. More coming up.
You can be the smartest person in the room on the topic of the Constitution if you watch this free webinar. Liberty First University is online training on the principles of liberty and the origin, proper application, and defense of our founding documents and the principles they contain. You will receive an education worthy of the highest institutions of learning, as if the founders were teaching it. Join us at lfu.freetalklive.com to watch the free pre-recorded webinar. Watch now at lfu.freetalklive.com.
Do you want to work from home, get paid, and forward liberty all at the same time? Free Talk Live is looking for account executives and appointment setters. If you've got a phone, a computer, internet connectivity, initiative, and a belief in the non-aggression principle, you're qualified. Earn up to $85,000 a year full-time, $25,000 a year part-time. Set your own hours, work from home, spread freedom. Join our team and work with one of the biggest leaders in the liberty movement. Apply now at sales.freetalklive.com. Sales.freetalklive.com. Is oral health important to you? If you don't like your own teeth, fresh breath, or kissing people, then by all means stop listening. Several years ago, I met Jessica Armand, founder and CEO of My Magic Mud, and I became passionate about the product that she created and never want to live without it. It's clinically proven to whiten teeth, but I find it does much more. They want you to love My Magic Mud as much as I do, so they're giving you a money-back guarantee plus 20% off. Go to mymagicmud.com and use coupon code FTL20 at checkout. mymagicmud.com, FTL20.
If you want to know the latest about Free Talk Live before we go on the air, all you need to decide is how you want it delivered. It's your choice. Visit news.freetalklive.com to receive our usually weekly news updates by email. Plus, we have a Twitter account at twitter.freetalklive.com, and you can follow us on the decentralized Mastodon platform at toot.freetalklive.com. So please follow us at toot.freetalklive.com and sign up for our emails at news.freetalklive.com.
You're listening to the live edition of Free Talk Live. Hour number 2 is next after the news here on the Liberty Radio Network at LRN.FM.
This is the Liberty Beat, your daily source for liberty news and activist updates. Produced in partnership with the SNLS Network and listeners like you. Online at snlsnetwork.com. I'm Mick Murrow with your latest edition of the Liberty Beat. Gold is trading at $1,675, silver at $17.35, and Bitcoin is trading around $9,122. Today's gold, silver, and Bitcoin prices are brought to you by Brave Botanicals. High-quality kratom and CBD at reasonable prices with excellent customer service. Brave Botanicals is activist-owned and mission-driven. The Liberty Beat and Brave Botanicals believe so strongly in the power of kratom, we're giving it away for free. Just go to libertybeat.news/free kratom. This is the Liberty Beat at snlsnetwork.com. In the news, Operation Palladium has begun. Hundreds of agents from Immigration and Customs Enforcement have entered New York and other sanctuary cities in a fresh attempt to round up undocumented immigrants. Mid-Press News reports the directive, according to officials, is simple. Arrest as many undocumented immigrants as possible and flood the streets with officers. Beginning a 24/7 surveillance and detention program, ICE leadership has requested over 500 special agents who normally work fighting trafficking and organized crime to bolster the agency's numbers. That follows an earlier decision to deploy immigration SWAT teams to round up undocumented immigrants in sanctuary cities. New York Times reporter Annie Carrill shared a viral image taken through a peephole of a Bronx apartment, showing an ICE agent brandishing an assault weapon and demanding to enter. Carrill claims that the officers were going door to door, threatening to force their way in, and residents said they did not present a warrant, both breaches of the law. Ever wonder where we find all the news to report right here on the Liberty Beat? Visit snls.news to get the world's most censored media published all in one place. Save yourself from the endless time spent searching for reliable alternative media. SNLS News makes it quick and easy. No ads, no clickbait, just raw headlines, 24 hours a day. Visit snls.news and get informed today without the corporate media spin. Your news now continues. News of the coronavirus and the resulting potentially deadly disease spreading throughout the United States and across the world continues to develop rapidly. The Mind Unleashed reports that according to a map managed by Johns Hopkins, there are now over 101,000 confirmed cases of COVID-19 and nearly 3,500 deaths worldwide. The CDC, meanwhile, is reportedly refusing to test a nurse with symptoms that volunteered to assist with COVID-19 patients at a California hospital. According to a letter posted on Twitter by Dr. Eric Feigl-Ding, the CDC claims that she cannot be tested because she was properly protected during her time volunteering. Meanwhile, Dr. Feigl-Ding said that 22 million Californians are now eligible for free medically necessary COVID-19 testing. However, there may still be a discrepancy when it comes to deciding which situations warrant testing and which ones don't. As coronavirus panic hits the United States, a financial lobbying group is attempting to use the crisis to push through the deregulation of its industry. Mid-Press News reports the Bank Policy Institute, a Washington-based lobbying organization representing many of the nation's largest banks, released a set of proposals this week, the most important of which recommends that the Federal Reserve lower capital requirements to zero. That would mean banks could lend an unlimited amount without having any assets or wealth to back it up. It also advocated relaxing the so-called stress tests that force banks to show that they can withstand economic shocks. This, it claims, would help America fight the COVID-19 virus. The report's lead author was BPI CEO Greg Baer, former managing director of J.P. Morgan Chase. Support for the Liberty Beat is brought to you by the Homestead Guru. The Homestead Guru is an educational website offering tips, tools, news, stories, and commentary on everything homesteading. Topics include green homes, gardening, animal husbandry, do-it-yourself, home remedies, alternative energy, survivalism, unschooling, and more. Those details are found online at thehomestead.guru. This is the Liberty Beat, powered by the SNLS Network at snlsnetwork.com. I'm Mick Murrow, reporting for the Liberty Beat, reminding you, spread liberty with a smile.
It's the story that's stunning the tech world. Despite his age, 6-year-old data entry prodigy Jeffrey Peters is already entertaining offers from dozens of major temp agencies. Experts say Jeffrey's abilities to sit still and perform mind-numbing tasks in Excel and Word for hours on end rank with a freelance worker 3 times his age. But Jeffrey's mom says that she knew he was special from early on.
I've always thought that Jeffrey was different from the other kids. He started wearing glasses for computer strain when he was just 3.5, and he already has some pretty significant tendinitis.
I've always wanted to work at Maverick Recruiting.
The data entry whiz is at the center of a bidding war between industry titans like Workforce Solutions and Metropolitan Staffing, both offering lavish perks like starting salaries of up to $15,000 and a cramped cubicle shared with only 2 other temps. Jeffrey's parents say that given the generous offers he's already received, he could be well on the way to affording a dingy rundown apartment of his own.
This is the Onion News Network.
Free Talk Live.
It is the live Monday night edition of Free Talk Live, the talk radio show where you could call in and take control of the airwaves and talk about, well, whatever you like. Our toll-free number here is 855-450-FREE, like freedom. That's 855-450-3733. And I wanted to tell you tonight about the Edge wallet. I use this particular cryptocurrency wallet very frequently here in town, where we have multiple businesses who do accept cryptocurrency quite successfully, I might add. There's been a hiccup or two every now and again where, maybe the Wi-Fi is bad or the software, oops, we had to do a maintenance or something like that. But outside of that, it has worked phenomenally, and I've even been able to do trades
and try to find a credit card company that will actually send people to your business to fix your equipment for free if it doesn't work.
That is a fact. The Edge wallet is available for iOS and Android systems. You can buy, sell, trade, and securely hold all your cryptocurrencies. It's user-controlled. You own your money with support for BTC, Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum tokens, Monero, Ripple, Stellar, and many more. There's a veteran team behind this product who's been at it since 2014. Secure your freedom and visit them at edge.app. That's edge.app to learn more about the Edge cryptocurrency wallet. And you're right. Yeah, it's very, very hard to find that kind of a thing. If you compare it to credit cards, there is no comparison. I was trying to do a transaction in one cryptocurrency, and I didn't have any of it. But I had some of another cryptocurrency, and right within the wallet itself, I was able to just go, hey, can I trade some of this for some of that? And it, boom, 5 minutes, it was done. And I had the exact type and the exact amount of cryptocurrency that I needed to make my transaction. I was amazed. Absolutely. You can't do that with international currencies. Like if you travel to even Canada or something like that, and you want to be able to
wait in line, and then you got to fill out forms,
visit
show
a
your
bank,
ID.
pay hefty fees for the transaction, all that fun stuff.
Well, the other thing is a lot of countries have things like export controls where it's like you can't take a bunch of cash and leave the country with it. But if you hold Bitcoin and your money isn't in the country, it's on the net. It's
right.
I never use the word cyberspace because as a programmer, I hate it. It doesn't make any sense.
It's a little redundant too, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I hated information superhighway too.
So we were talking in the previous segments about Italy and its ban, or I guess what do we call it? Lockdown, martial law style, if you will.
Well, it sounds. I mean, it's not. It sounds like they've reached the point of internal checkpoints. So they're trying to move. They're trying to control movement between, but not within areas. So nobody's going to
they're controlling movement within areas. You can't leave your home unless you have a reason, like work.
Oh, okay. I thought that was for leaving. I thought that was for traveling from place to place.
No.
That's for leaving your home.
They've reduced the hours that businesses can be open. They've deployed military police at checkpoints in addition to their regular police and other authoritarian.
Lockdown is a pretty clear term. Like that's the same term they use in jail. Remember?
Well, but they definitely don't have to all go into their cells and close the doors and stand by their bunks, which is what we had to do.
That's almost what they have to do.
But so
when people
unless you have to go out for work, you have to be inside. Now, it didn't say anything about going shopping, so I'm not clear. Like, how do you go and buy groceries if you're on lockdown? Is that one of the acceptable reasons to leave?
It did say that
it wasn't clear.
The stores were limited to like 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. to be open for that kind of a thing, so they've reduced the hours that,
well, if the stores are permitted to be open, then it stands to reason that shopping is one of the things that you're permitted to do when you're out.
I always get
although I don't know.
I always get the picture in my head when people say lockdown or martial law. I always get like, I don't know, I must have seen it in a movie somewhere, but like World War II, where there's a military occupation of a certain area, and they've got, a tank at one corner and a Jeep at another corner, and guys with guns just kind of hanging out, and you're doing your best to just sort of, go along and not attract their attention.
We already have those. They're called cops.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, that's the thing. I think one of the reasons that we've seen the media picking up some of the police brutality stories is just because one of the messages that they want to send is, we will hurt you if you speak up. Don't speak up. And I think that's why they publish some of their own misdeeds sometimes.
Yeah. Ian, you said that you had a companion story to go along with this. What's the deal here?
Yeah, I think they mentioned it on Thursday's show that there were certain websites who were starting to put severe restrictions or banning entirely products that people have been selling, like hand sanitizer or the various different medical face masks that folks have been selling on sites like Amazon and eBay. Apparently, eBay has come out with a statement. This is from their own website at community.ebay.com, published on the 5th of March. Due to regulatory restrictions across the United States, we have chosen to ban certain items listed on our site. Effective immediately, eBay will block new listings and start to remove listings that sell masks, including N95/N100 surgical masks. Also, hand sanitizer/gel banned from eBay.
Wait. I'm confused because I know that I think it was Amazon said, hey, we're going to kind of crack down on people price gouging for these types of items.
Right.
But
this is an all-out ban.
They're just not going to allow people to sell them at all?
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
It's crazy.
Well, the reason they for one thing, the fact of auctions belies the whole concept of so-called price gouging.
Great point.
Okay?
Yeah.
So with eBay operating and selling these things at auction, pushing the fiction, which is claims of price gouging, a nonsense charge, go completely not credible when you look at
because you'll see what people will
eBay.
pay. Because people will pay whatever they're willing to pay in an auction. It's
Exactly.
not the person who's selling is not setting the end price.
And the other thing that happens is maybe somebody's got some of whatever people have a craze for. Maybe they've got a pallet of toilet paper in their basement that their late husband
I've got the new
had
Northern
delivered for
triple
reasons they don't
quilted.
understand, and it's just been sitting there. That's when, oh my God, that toilet paper in my basement is worth $5 a roll. Let me call my son Jimmy and have Jimmy come over
Put it
because
online.
Jimmy could use the money. And that's what inspires people to get out there what people need.
Also, they're banning disinfecting wipes as well. So
Why would oh my God, this is the time where people
that's
need
the
that
thing.
stuff.
That's the leftist logic is you can't make a profit off things that people really need. So you should
don't sell it at all.
We should, sell them trivialities and then let them suffer by looking to get their necessities from the state, which is incapable of providing.
This is the basics of entrepreneurship. Identify a need that's vacant in the marketplace and fill that need.
Yeah, we were having a hypothetical water bottle price gouging argument in between myself and some anarcho-communists.
Okay.
And I was saying, maybe I went to a lot of work to have these bottles of water, and I'm going to sell them for $8 each. And they're like, but you're victimizing these people. And I'm like, lady, if you had showed up to give them free water, they wouldn't be buying my $8 water. So the only reason I'm even out there is because you failed to provide them what they wanted for free.
It's just so ridiculous. They're banning the sale of items that people
at any price.
The more important it is, the worse it is to make a profit on it.
That is insane.
It's insane. We can talk more about it coming up here.
855-450 free like freedom. Give us your calls and your thoughts. Do you support the ban of these items on eBay?
The next generation wallet is coming from Divvy. In just a few taps, you'll be able to send, earn, spend, and exchange digital money in seconds. Send money around the globe with only a swipe. Instantly exchange between Divvy, Bitcoin, and fiat right in the mobile app and withdraw directly to your bank account. Divvy already offers the first one-tap solution for earning passive income with crypto. Multi-tiered masternodes allow everyone to partake in the network. Visit DivvyProject.org. DivvyProject.org. I can definitely say that I have found the best cryptocurrency wallet. Certainly the best named one. I'm Mark Edge, and I love the Edge wallet. I've been using it for the last few months. You can buy, sell, trade, and hold your cryptocurrency securely. I trust my holdings of all the major cryptocurrencies to Edge wallet, and you should too. No long phrases to memorize, just a username and password. Secure your freedom with Edge wallet. Get it now on Apple or Android in the App Store or at edge.app.
She seems happier. Her fur is so much shinier, silkier, softer. She has really mellowed a lot.
Sheba is 105 lean pounds of shiny, smooth, happy dog for life.
The shedding has stopped. The itching has stopped.
Since 2001, we've helped more than 250,000 dogs get over their nutritional deficiency miseries.
And saved our customers bazillions in vet bills.
Everything we tried failed except the Dynovite.
Come to Dynovite for help.
DINOVITE.com. If you want the dog to be healthy, you got to feed it something healthy.
The omega-3 fatty acids.
Flaxseed, zinc, alfalfa.
The digestive enzymes that are cooked out of regular dog food.
Dynovite is nutrition.
Dynovite for life.
Don't let your dog itch, scratch, stink, or shed like crazy.
Come to Dynovite for help.
859-428-1000.
859-428-1000.
DINOVITE.com.
To help reduce you to a state of constant panic about a hypothetical doomsday scenario you have no ability to control, we now present The Onion Explains Nuclear Proliferation. The world's nuclear facilities are safeguarded by a bunch of really huge guys. We're talking absolutely jacked. With one of these muscle freaks stationed outside every missile silo and uranium processing plant worldwide, there's no way to get anywhere close to a nuclear complex without getting your ass beat. This nuclear facility in Siberia is rumored to be among the most secure in the world because they have like 6 of these. And you can just forget about hijacking a nuclear submarine, too, because all of them have these totally roided up dudes that'll just swim up to you and choke you out.
This is the Onion News Network.
LRN.FM now has a Discord. Discord is a free text and voice chat platform, and we now have our own server with a bunch of channels at discord.lrn.fm. You can join other listeners as they chat about various things during our live shows, or anytime, day or night. Discord software is available cross-platform, so you can have it on whatever device you want and take your chats anywhere. Join our Discord at discord.lrn.fm. That's discord.lrn.fm.
There are basically 2 types of advertising, direct response and branding. Radio's great for direct response with its low cost to listener ratio, but audio can't be beat for branding, which is a longer-term endeavor. You want to be the first thing that someone thinks of when they think about your product or service. If you have a local business that you want kept top of mind in your community, call the station. If you need national reach, Free Talk Live's got around 200 radio stations, millions of monthly listening sessions, can suit all budgets, and if we don't think we're right for you, we'll tell you. Email me, mark@freetalklive.com.
You can put the Liberty Radio Network on the air in your area. Visit broadcast.lrn.fm to learn how. Broadcast.lrn.fm.
Welcome back to Free Talk Live, the live Monday night edition. Our toll-free number here, of course, is 855-450-FREE, like freedom. That's 855-450-3733. We're the only show that you could call in and talk about whatever you would like that I'm aware of. Is there another show? We're about the only one, right?
I mean, there's other shows that have open mic or open phones on occasion, but generally not as a rule.
Yeah, and we have it as a rule here, so we're unique, and you can, of course, take advantage of that and talk to us about whatever you'd like. I am your host tonight. I'm the captain.
I'm Ian.
I'm nobody.
Yes, indeed you are. We've met you before. We'll meet you again. What does nobody say about that?
Nobody's ever heard that before.
I'm glad nobody cares.
I want to hear from somebody who supports eBay banning hand sanitizer and masks.
I do too, because that
disinfecting wipes.
Insane. Like, who's brilliant? But like, what executive at eBay was sitting around going, "Hey, I've got an idea.
Well,
let's
think
ban
about it
selling
this way,
stuff."
though. Think about it this way, though. Auction sites work generally nationally. What happens if you are on an auction site and you sell something to somebody who's in a place where there's an emergency going on and where there are price gouging laws? Does eBay then, are they subject to those price gouging laws where would they have to limit the price of water bottles to 4 cents to get around those?
I need to point out that eBay isn't exclusively an auction site. I would argue, in fact, that that's not even their main way that they do business.
But he does bring up an important question. Well, they have buy it now, so you can put a price on things to sell them immediately. However, that is the excuse that they are using. One of the excuses they're using in this press release from eBay.
Tell me more.
They say that these listings may violate applicable U.S. laws or regulations. That's point one. So it may be that in certain state jurisdictions there are these stupid price gouging laws, which every time there's a hurricane, we always end up doing some story about so-called price gouging and discussing how it's a natural function of the marketplace to allow people who had the foresight and the money and the ability to prepare for these things by ordering a pallet full of masks or a pallet full of
water,
hand
toilet
sanitizer
paper,
or
whatever,
water, to be able to sell them at whatever price.
Yeah.
But
you got to consider the cost of. I mean, if you're saving water just in case there's a hurricane, you might have to store it for 10, 12 years before it's useful. Well, how much does that cost over that period of time?
For the storage,
how much did you pay? What's your total cost per water bottle once you've done that?
And I mean, this whole, if you want to call it price gouging, if you ever look into what the markup is on products that are commonly bought every day, I know for a fact that furniture has one of the highest markups of any product in the United States.
Well, they only consider it gouging when it changes from its normal amount. So normally there's a tremendous markup on furniture, but they only consider it to be gouging if you double the price in an emergency.
Who decides what's normal?
The government.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing. And they do it, and it's it does the opposite of what they want. The other thing is really high prices. If you see somebody and you say, "Ooh, that's gouging, but I need it anyway, so thank you," then the first thing you're going to do is you're not going to buy very much of it. You're going to buy just a little of it to get you by. Yeah. So that is the natural rationing effect of high prices.
I feel like there is an alternative for the folks who wanted to sell these things on eBay and perhaps already were and are not allowed to anymore. Well, that would be the dark web.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good question.
Well,
we ought to go on
somebody would
need
to write a dark web auction site.
Well, no, these things already exist.
Price. Yeah,
Dark web marketplaces already exist.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be an auction.
What I'm saying is these people who wanted to sell the stuff on eBay who can't any longer because now eBay is banning it.
Yeah, you can't sell at any price.
Okay.
They can just take their merchandise, move it over to a dark website, and sell it anyway.
Yeah, that's a great
and
idea.
cut out the middleman because Feebay is the nickname for eBay anyway.
They're still going to take the dark websites. Will take 3 to 4%.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is way lower than what eBay takes.
Absolutely, it is.
So something else that you need to know here is, let's talk briefly about these gouging laws. I've not actually read the gouging laws. eBay's saying here that the listings, quote, may violate applicable U.S. laws.
Well, that's the thing is nobody's read the gouging laws she's referring to because she's referring to the collective sum of every gouging law in the world.
May violate.
So is eBay...
Nobody could read them all.
That's true. Well, I don't think you could read them either. But But anyway, the point here is...
Good point.
Are you illiterate?
Nobody could not read them all.
Are you illiterate? I mean, you can read, right?
Yeah, but there's a lot of laws. I mean, it would take a long time.
Okay. Right.
Oh, yeah.
And
I was just
imagine trying to read every price gouging law in the world and understand it.
That's insane.
So, but also, what I would like to know, maybe someone out in our audience has read a price gouging law. eBay is just, again, the venue on which individuals list products. So would eBay then become liable simply for allowing the sale of the products through their site, even though they themselves are not actually doing the so-called gouging? They're not the ones setting the price. They're just allowing buyers to come together with sellers. Either way, they don't want to do it because it's all about the way this looks. The statement goes on. It may violate eBay policies and, quote, exhibit unfair pricing behavior for our buyers. And this is one of the reasons why Amazon also put a crackdown on these items. I don't know if Amazon has banned the items, but they've banned so-called, gouging or high-priced items. They don't want the prices to be out of a certain range. And so all these people are doing is they're just making it so folks can't get these products at all, which is just the most stupid, crazy thing about this.
If I'm a diabetic and I need insulin, and insulin is not in high supply, what's going to happen? Somebody's going to have some, And if I have enough money to get it, I'm going to go get it.
And eBay's going to say, nope, you can't do that. You can't have any insulin.
I'm going to get it some way or another because, if
I
that's
like your
the
dark
case,
web idea. That's actually a really
I
good
feel
idea.
like if you're out there and you're an eBay seller and this is affecting you, go put it on the dark web. See if you can make some sales.
Wow. That would be an amazing solution to the thing where supposedly people are dying because of $2,000 insulin.
Right.
Start a dark website selling insulin. And the thing is, what jury in the world would convict you?
For selling life-saving medicine.
Yeah,
Right, yeah.
because people can't afford it because the manufacturer jacked it by, 800% or whatever.
Now, I do understand the restriction of, hey, we don't want you to mention coronavirus in the advertisement because apparently some people were making what could be considered false claims saying that, if you buy this mask, you won't catch coronavirus.
I would probably ban the word coronavirus from the entire site. There's no reason to be using it there.
So I can understand that particular restriction, but I'm going to pull up Tor browser here and find an active dark website, and we'll see.
Let's take a look at that. 855 450 free like freedom. We've got more coming up.
Don't miss this year's LibertyCon with great speakers like Whole Foods CEO John Mackey, Congressman Justin Amash, and Nobel Prize winner Vernon Smith. Attend 2 spectacular debates. Is government necessary? And does capitalism require government intervention? Network with over 70 pro-liberty organizations. This and a whole lot more. April the 3rd through the 5th in Washington, D.C. Visit LibertyCon.com and use code FTL for a $10 discount on LibertyCon.com.
Bitcoin.com has launched a trading platform at local.bitcoin.com, allowing you to buy or sell Bitcoin Cash via dozens of payment methods like PayPal, Venmo, bank deposit, remittances, or meeting in person with cash. There are no ID requirements to sign up for and use the site, and all communications between buyers and sellers are encrypted. Finally, a global trading platform that respects your privacy. Visit local.bitcoin.com to get started trading Bitcoin Cash. local.bitcoin.com.
A congressman recently revealed that legislation totaling 2,900 pages and involving more than $1 trillion was available to members of Congress for less than 48 hours to study and consider. That's over 60 pages of legislation per hour. Do you think anyone read the entire bill? I'm Jim Babka with DownsizeDC.org. Consider a proposal buried in a 3,200-page, $388 billion bill, which would have empowered committee chairmen or their agents to examine Americans' tax returns. When this horrible provision came to light, no one claimed to know how it got into the bill. One congressman questioned said, "I didn't write it, I didn't approve it, I wasn't even consulted." If your attorney represented you this way, he might be disbarred. But this is how Congress represents you every day. That's why DownsizeDC.org has created the Read the Bills Act. You can force Congress to read their bills before they pass them at DownsizeDC.org.
What do you shop for that you could otherwise buy at Amazon? Pretty much everything, right? Amazon has competitive pricing and they deliver, and that's a big plus. If you could plan ahead in your shopping, would you be interested in saving up to 33%? There's a catch. You have to do your shopping in Bitcoin. But imagine those savings. It's like a huge raise. All you have to do is go to saveatpurse.com. We've saved thousands, and you can too. Plan ahead and save. Saveatpurse.com. The LRN.FM social media channels have been revamped. We've eliminated Facebook and focused on other platforms like Twitter and Mastodon, the decentralized alternative to Twitter. On our accounts, you'll find posts from multiple LRN.FM show hosts together in one place. Follow us on Twitter at twitter.lrn.fm, or better yet, move to the decentralized Mastodon social media platform at toot.lrn.fm, toot.lrn.fm. I think you'll like it. Why did you move to the Shire?
I moved here to the Shire because there's other people around who take liberty just as seriously as I do.
I moved to the Shire because I saw videos of people challenging authority and thought that I could get support myself. It called to me, like, do this, right now.
I wanted to be around people like me who got it, and once I got here, I knew there was nowhere else that I wanted to be.
I've always wanted to change the world, so I moved to the Shire to join people who were actually working towards doing the same thing.
The people here are awesome, loving, and positive. It was for the adventure and for the feeling of something important is happening here. And I just wanted to come to sort of be part of that.
Visit ShireSociety.com to read and sign the Shire Society Declaration and learn the reasons why, if you love liberty, you should immigrate to the Shire. Plus, connect with others via the forum at ShireSociety.com. That's ShireSociety.com.
Help get LRN.FM into more ears. Visit promote.lrn.fm for a free bumper sticker, flyers, banners, graphics, and more. Promote.lrn.fm.
This is Free Talk Live. Ha indeed. He's laughing at me because I am a funny guy. Not to be confused with a fun guy. That would be a moldy spore.
Ew.
Yes,
Get a mask.
It's the live Monday night edition. Our toll-free number is 855-450-FREE. That's 855-450-3733. Operators are standing by.
Were you talking about Fun Gus there? He is a fun guy.
There's a Fungus Among Us. There's a band out there called Fungus Among Us.
Yeah. See, I've never been tempted to go to one of their shows, but I like it.
I think you have
from afar.
I think it's recommended. It's recommended to do shrooms before you go.
Oh, see, that's the thing is I've been waiting for them to specify which fungus. So groovy. If it's that, I'm down.
I wanted to tell you.
I just didn't want to get, trench foot or.
Yeah, I wanted to tell you that the next generation wallet is coming from Divvy. In just a few taps, you'll be able to spend, earn, store, and exchange digital money in seconds. Divvy says you'll be able to send money around the globe in only a swipe and instantly exchange between Divvy, Bitcoin, and fiat right in the mobile app and withdraw directly to your bank account. There's no need to wait, though, as Divvy already offers the first one-tap solution for earning passive income with their multi-tiered masternodes, allowing anyone to earn by supporting the Divvy network. When the new Divvy wallet launches, because of Divvy's relationship with Western Union, Divvy will be in 200 countries, including the United States. You can learn more at divvyproject.org, D-I-V-I. That's divvyproject.org.
To answer the earlier inquiry, yes, you can get surgical face masks on the dark web.
Really?
Yes, you can.
Is there a median price or any price really? Like what can you get them for?
Yeah, a variety of sellers here. Looks like I'm on the Empire market, which is one of the largest markets.
A variety of sellers too.
Empire's back.
Empire's up.
Nice.
They're back up.
Nice.
The Empire struck back.
I had to go elsewhere because it was down. I didn't know if it was coming back.
So we've got a seller, Carlos Momicada, has 1,000 boxes of surgical face masks for, they say, coronavirus prevention, because you can make any claim you want on the old Empire market. And I don't know how many are in each box. I suspect more than one. So they're asking $4,000 worth of cryptocurrency. For 1,000 boxes, so $4 per box.
Okay,
seems pretty cheap.
Well, because there's certainly there are circumstances under which people would pay you $10 a box for those. So,
right.
Yeah.
There's another guy with 2,000 boxes. Actually, it's the same guy. He wants 6,500. So if you buy 2,000, you get a better price. Another guy here,
and you can outlaw this transaction. I don't think it's technically illegal, but the thing is, the most you can do to help people is to prevent the transaction from occurring, so the person that you think is being victimized is left in a situation they didn't choose out of two choices.
Yeah.
This is not, you're not helping anybody. You're just satisfying your own hysterical, mindless preferences.
Well, and the more of this kind of thing that happens, right? The Amazon, we're going to clamp down on price gouging, and eBay, we're going to ban sales of, this type of a thing during.
It gives it legitimacy.
It's just going to drive more people to the decentralized marketplaces that exist. And I'm all for for that.
Now, there is a bit of a learning curve with these, so you do have to, learn how to use PGP encryption.
Everybody's
not if
got
you're buying face masks.
True, yeah, you don't really.
I mean, you don't even
Everybody's
have
got a
to do it if you
nerdy
don't. So
nephew.
Sorry, what? One at a time, please.
I was saying everybody's got a nerdy nephew or a kid that, is more software savvy than the next guy, who can help you out if you need help to get on the dark web to find this stuff.
Well, the interesting thing, it would be an interesting business to have people pick legal products that they want and just advertise that you do this. And, come over to my place. I'll show you how to order that.
You can get
on the dark web.
So apparently each box has 50 of these surgical masks in them. One guy is offering 2,500 total mask pieces for $700, so that's 28 cents per mask. So it seems pretty affordable.
That seems reasonable.
In that case. And so I have not even looked for the hand sanitizer yet. I was just looking at masks.
I wonder if there's did eBay already put this ban in place?
I think so. Yeah, so, I think Camel Toe in our chat room was actually pulling up searches on eBay a couple nights ago to see if he could find anything, and it looked like the whole site had been just cleansed.
Wiped.
Can you show me how to set up electnobody.onion?
Nope, I have no idea how to do that. I think
do we
Chris
know
Wade,
anybody who knows?
I think Michael Hampton or Chris Wade could help you with that.
Okay, I should do electnobody.onion.
Can you get the actual words on
I mean,
onions?
probably not, but you knew exactly what I meant when I said it, didn't you?
It usually has to be like I've seen the .onion. You're talking about, for listeners that don't know, you're talking about .onion is the dark web URLs that you can only access through the Tor browser. I have seen some of them that have a few letters in the beginning that sort of make a word, but the rest of it's just a bunch of jumbled characters.
Well, the way you can do that is by generating random identifiers very, very fast, and then grepping for or filtering out the strings that have the prefix you want. So that's probably, but I don't know, because I don't have to hide anything. I'm not afraid of the feds knocking on my door for election material sold over the dark web. Oh, also, I figured out the answer to campaign financing. You don't accept donations. You just sell things at high prices. And then you don't have to do any, I'll sell you this T-shirt for $60, and that's how you let them make a $60 campaign contribution without having to write it down. But see, the elites all have lawyers to figure this stuff out, but I'm just.
Well, I'm wondering.
I'm just going by ear.
So if eBay and Amazon have both sort of, put the kibosh on
eBay
selling.
has banned hand sanitizer and has banned masks and disinfecting wipes. However, I don't know if Amazon has banned them. I think they're putting a price restriction.
You can't sell those. People need them too much.
Yeah, Amazon is monitoring their sellers for price gouging, which means anybody who, and I don't know what they would deem a normal price for anything at this point in space and time.
Yeah.
Like, how do they know what's normal? But they're clamping down on folks who are doing that. So let's just say,
what's the level of need that means that you shouldn't be able to satisfy it? Well, if somebody's going to die without a thing, you definitely shouldn't satisfy that.
Right, like. That makes no sense at all. It would be like a gas station going, "Oh, we can't sell gas."
Like, but it's the public schools that do this to them, and they do it to them to keep them poor and easily manipulated. I'm convinced of it.
So where else could a person outside of the dark web and Amazon and eBay, where else can a guy pick up this type of stuff these days?
It's hard to find it in the stores because people are going out and buying like crazy. By the way, I could not find hand sanitizer on Empire Market, so there may be a market opportunity there.
I think we should start let's do that as a mission of the church.
I got plenty of things to do, but you could do that.
Okay. Well,
mission probable.
Okay, well,
you just have to find a supply.
Right. Well, that was the next thing. I got the time and energy, but I would need a small seed to buy a big pile of them.
Yeah, but where do you get the supply from?
That's an interesting idea. I don't know.
Yeah, me neither.
that would be the thing is located.
Well, they're not selling one-off masks here. They're selling bulk masks. So the folks on Empire are offering thousands of boxes or hundreds and hundreds of boxes.
Right.
Will nobody establish a sales avenue?
Actually, it makes more sense to buy it in bulk off the dark web and then start selling it locally in Keene if that stuff is missing.
Will Ian find hand sanitizer on the dark web?
I don't care.
Will the captain continue to repeat himself? More coming up.
I want to. I'm an economist.
Warning. If you're drowning in debt you can't afford, do not let the credit card companies trick you into thinking that you have to pay it all back, because you don't. What the credit card companies don't want you to know is that there's actually a way to get debt-free without paying off your entire debt or going bankrupt. If you have $10,000 or more in credit card debt, you now have the right to let us settle that debt for a fraction of what you owe. For free information, call Credit Associates now. 1-800-976-1460. We'll even show you how much money you could save. If you can't afford to pay off all your debt, do not let the credit card companies trick you into thinking that you have to. Call Credit Associates now for free information on how to get debt-free faster than you ever thought possible without debt consolidation or bankruptcy. We depend on your success and offer a guarantee, so there's no risk. For free information, call now. 1-800-976-1460. That's 1-800-976-1460. 1-800-976-1460.
If you owe money to the IRS, you need to hear this. The IRS is cracking down on those who owe back taxes. It starts with a devastating letter, and if you don't act immediately, you could find yourself having your wages garnished or have a lien placed on your property. But there's a solution. Tax 10,000 can help. Avoid enforced compliance, where these holds on your income and seizure of your home could become a nightmare that just won't end. Call 800-239-9957 now and speak to one of our experts. 800-239-9957 is the number to link you directly to a tax resolution specialist who will negotiate with the IRS on your behalf. Working through the IRS Fresh Start program, all the forms will be handled for you. All you have to do is make the toll-free call. 800-239-9957. Find out if you qualify and possibly save yourself thousands of dollars, not to mention a lot of headaches. It could be the best call you've made today. That number again, 800-239-9957. The service does not provide tax settlement or legal services. We will refer you to a company that does provide such services. Often the IRS will not agree to any reduction in the amount owed. Not all taxpayers who owe more than $10,000 will qualify for a tax reduction program.
So the protection of life, liberty, and property is what the Free State Project is all about. But it's an effort to move 20,000 people who understand.
It's about demonstrating to the entire country
that, yeah, we can have a free market, a truly free market.
Making it just a freer, great place to live.
It's the world's largest voluntarist libertarian community, and it's only getting bigger.
That's amazing, to be able to move to a place where other people passionately believe in being free and independent.
What the Free State Project is managing to do, though, is to put their money where their mouth is. It's physically getting up across the country and saying, let's go someplace and let's demonstrate the power of these ideas. There's a lot of kind of philosophy that surrounds liberty. There's a lot of thinking about it and talking about it. But here in New Hampshire, people are doing it.
101 Reasons Liberty Lives in New Hampshire, a documentary by Free State Project Early Movers. Watch it free at 101reasonsfilm.com. 101reasonsfilm.com. There are lots of ways to listen to Free Talk Live. Our podcast has been around since podcasts began, and now the FTL feed is loaded with content besides our full show archives. Did you know that we make it easy for you to customize your podcast subscriptions? We have different feeds, one that includes only our full shows, one with just the Daily Digest, and our main feed that includes everything. You decide what you listen to. It's quick and easy to customize your feeds at feeds.freetalklive.com. That's feeds.freetalklive.com.
Looking for a great real estate investment? Consider New Hampshire, which is ground zero for the Liberty Movement. Your first call should be to Mark Worden from Porcupine Real Estate. He's more than just a real estate agent. He's your New Hampshire concierge. Where are the best places to live? Do you want farm, city, the burbs, or forest? Do you want a duplex or multifamily building so that renters pay your mortgage? There are homes in all price ranges in New Hampshire, and Mark can help with financing too. Invest in liberty and property. Mark Worden can help.
PorcupineRealEstate.com.
Some of our live shows are streamed in HD on Twitch. Please follow and share at twitch.lrn.fm. That's twitch.lrn.fm.
Talk Live. It's the live Monday night edition. I am your host tonight, and my name is The Captain. I'm joined by...
It's Ian.
And nobody.
And we are here to take your calls and your thoughts, and we'll do more of that coming up in just a moment.
Are you 100% sure you're going to have a great retirement, or do you have a few doubts? Tom Young is the author and founder of the CFO Project. He can show you how to be debt-free in 9 years or less, including your mortgage, without spending a single dollar more. With the current state of the federal debt at $23 trillion and the unfunded liabilities at $127 trillion, you can't wait to take control of your money. Don't let your retirement savings be used to bail out the government. Instead of building a plan, Tom can show you how to create strategies now to save money and without penalties and as little government involvement as possible. His new book, The Family Money Farm, the CFO Project, will show you how to build wealth and eliminate debt at the same time. You can get your free copy now at CFO-project.com. Invest in yourself and family today. Get your free copy of The Family Money Farm, the CFO Project, at CFO-project.com. And just a moment ago, in addition to checking the dark web, I actually went ahead and ran a search on eBay after we read a press release from eBay's own website saying they're banning masks and hand sanitizer.
Yep.
And there's a ton of them on eBay. So
it's still available, huh?
Yeah.
I wonder if somebody was trying to drive people to do exactly what you did,
just to search for it.
Although, if so, they weren't too smart, because there are people who won't look at eBay because of that.
And I wonder
who should.
I wonder if it's Facebook syndrome, right? Like folks who get on Facebook will use sock account names and that kind of a thing. And as soon as Facebook shuts one down, well, they just go out and create 2, 3, 4 more sock accounts, right? With fake names. So
most of my sock
accounts
are old regular accounts, but yeah.
Right, but how difficult is it to create a new eBay account, right, with a new username and all that kind of a thing? So let's say you are selling hand sanitizer on one eBay store, somebody shuts you down. How difficult is it to open a new one and sell that exact same product?
But if they're filtering, and they're obviously not filtering, because I just searched for N95 mask, which they could clearly filter out any new advertisements or any current advertisements. They could take those things down, and there's literally 88 results for N95 mask right now on the site.
What's the
the problem with what you were saying, though, of assuming you can turn it into a game of whack-a-mole, the customers still get what they want, but what they lose is the benefit of the reputation system. And this is very much like the black market. All of a sudden, they don't really know who they're buying from, because they have to buy from somebody who has no reputation, because it's all new sites. And so you get things like exit scams that happen sometimes on the dark web, but
I would guess
you don't ship unless you. Well, okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, because they might not ship if the customer pays. 1,772 results for hand sanitizer right now.
What was the comparable price of the masks compared to what you looked up on the dark web?
Well, the dark web masks, I don't think they are the same as these masks. These are the 3M N95 style masks.
Do they seem price gougy?
Like a breather?
Yeah, I think they're the filter style.
Oh, see, those are those cost a few bucks.
A lot more. Yeah.
They're for anybody who gets them, and most of the people who wear that kind will probably be people who, they would have bought something else, but this is what they found.
Yeah. So I don't get it. eBay saying they're banning these things. This was 4 days now ago that they put out the press release. So, you would think they would go ahead and ban them. Maybe they've already unbanned them. Maybe they changed their mind and were like, you know what? We were making a bunch of money off of these. What were we thinking?
Maybe a whole bunch of people started ordering economics textbooks and having them mailed to their doorstep.
To eBay's doorstep?
Yes.
Doesn't sound likely. Let's go to your calls and your thoughts right now. We have Vernon calling in from Louisiana. Looks like he's listening to freetalklive.com. Vernon, you are live.
Did you say Vermin?
Vernon.
Oh, okay.
All right, so you all just started talking about what I wanted to talk about. I've never bought from a dark website, and I do buy from eBay quite a bit. And you all were just mentioning how you can't know if buying from a person that's reputable or not. So on eBay, I can always check to see how long the seller's been on the site. And
you can do that on the dark web too.
Yeah, you can do that.
You
can do that on the dark web. It's not anonymous; it's pseudonymous. And so that's there. What I was saying is, if eBay is shutting down accounts and people are opening up new accounts, the customers of the new accounts won't have the benefit of the of their reputation scores because they can't import it like they do on the dark web.
Right.
So what kind of seller protections do you have on the dark web? Like, if I pay with PayPal, I can more than likely get my money back if I detect fraud, because it's
Did you say
connected to the
seller
delivery.
protections or buyer protections?
Buyer.
There's escrow.
The only real protection is escrow, but that puts the buyer. The buyer has the upper hand
on a dark web.
In that way, the biggest risk you have is that the market itself will disappear out from under you while the transaction is in flight.
Even then, that's still a higher risk to the seller. Because what happens is, for people who aren't familiar on these dark websites, if you want to buy a thing, and remember, you can buy legal things on these websites. So if you want to go buy a bunch of masks on the Empire Market tonight, you want to buy 1,000 boxes of masks, you place the order.
But don't do this where there are price gouging laws in effect, because it might be illegal. So make sure you don't get any masks if you're there.
I say do whatever you want. Screw the law.
That was deeply sarcastic.
Yeah. So anyway, you place the order and you give your address to the seller. The amount that you have to pay for the order, you have to have in your wallet on that site. So you've got to have the money already on the site. That whether it's Bitcoin or Monero or whatever, there's different cryptos that are accepted on different sites. That then goes into an escrow, and it sits there in escrow while the seller ships the package to you. If the package never comes, you can dispute, and you can say, hey, I never got the package. And that's what gives the buyer the upper hand, because a lot of these packages are shipped without any tracking,
I just
meaningful
want
tracking.
to explain to our listeners real quick that escrow is basically a purgatory where the money is neither accessible by you nor the seller.
It's held by the site.
Right.
But
it's held by the site until the
is,
transaction completes.
And that's when it's vulnerable to the site falling out from under you.
Right, if the site gets taken down or if the site does an exit scam. So while the money is sitting,
once the seller is shipped, you're fine.
That's what I was saying. That's why I was saying the risk is highest to the seller.
Yeah,
because the only time it's.
But if they've shipped me like a box of styrofoam and I ordered all those masks, what can I do?
You would have to dispute it with the site. You would say, look, I didn't get the thing that I was supposed to get, and then the site would have an administrator come in and make a decision. Now, of course, if you're dealing with a seller,
to inspect the package and look inside it before you close escrow. Because until you've received something acceptable, you haven't received anything. You don't click escrow.
Now, obviously, if you are a new buyer and you're dealing with a seller that's got 1,000 good reviews and you're the one claiming that you got scammed, and the seller's like, well, look, I got 1,000 good reviews. I mean, I sent this thing. Here's tracking info that shows that it made it to its destination. Ultimately, the administrator has to make a decision, and there's very little information they can go on. And I'm sure there's all kinds of scammy buyers on these sites that are constantly trying this crap.
That absolutely happens.
Nothing's perfect, but if you're buying from someone with a good reputation, I mean, there's almost no chance you're going to get ripped off. You're much more likely to have customs or something like that snatch the package, and that's the reason why you don't get it.
So the reputations on these websites, you don't think they're like raw, like fraudulent, basically? You think they're legit?
No, the only way they could have a fraudulent reputation is if they made purchases from themselves, which...
Well, no, what I meant is like the site administrator might inflate it or something like that. Influence it in such a way on the back end.
That could happen, but it's still better than getting a gun put to your head and robbed in a drug deal gone bad.
And keep in mind that these...
I've had people try to rip me off both ways, and the nice thing about the dark web way was It took absolutely none of my time. The package just didn't come.
And keep in mind, Vernon, that sometimes these things happen. These things happen on eBay anyway. I have been ripped off by a seller on eBay, and they did not find a my
Thank you all. Appreciate it.
Thanks for the call.
Thank you.
Thanks for the call, Vernon. 855-450 free like freedom. That's 855-450-3733. We've got more coming up. This is Free Talk Live.
Gold has definitely been on the move recently, and there is no more secure investment historically. McIlvaney ICA has been helping people take delivery of precious metals and find storage options for decades. They've helped thousands of investors with their precious metal IRAs. Call ICA today for your free portfolio review at 800-525-9556 or download their free report online at ICAGoldSilver.com to learn how you can double your gold and silver ounces even within an IRA. 800-525-9556. ICAGoldSilver.com.
Do you want to work from home, get paid, and forward Liberty all at the same time? Free Talk Live is looking for account executives and appointment setters. If you've got a phone, a computer, internet connectivity, initiative, and a belief in the non-aggression principle, you're qualified. Earn up to $85,000 a year full-time, $25,000 a year part-time. Set your own hours, work from home, spread freedom. Join our team and work with one of the biggest leaders in the Liberty movement. Apply now at sales.freetalklive.com. Sales.freetalklive.com.
Are you tired of governments murdering people around the world? Stop using their money. There is an alternative. Bitcoin is a stateless, free market, non-political currency. Bitcoin cannot be inflated or controlled by any government. By using their money, you are helping the state. Stop doing it. You have an incredible alternative available now. Learn it, use it, spread it. Get started with Bitcoin at bitcoin.com. That's bitcoin.com.
What if you want to hear the latest episode of Free Talk Live, but all you have is your phone, you forgot to download our archive, and you have no data connection? You can call our Listen line at 641-793-0191. That's a long-distance number, so you may incur charges. If not, listen as long as you want. 641-793-0191. The Free Talk Live Listen line, 641-793-0191.
You're listening to the live edition of Free Talk Live. Hour number 3 is next after the news here on the Liberty Radio Network at LRN.FM.
This is the Liberty Beat, your daily source for Liberty news and activist updates. Produced in partnership with the SNLS Network and listeners like you. Online at snlsnetwork.com. I'm Mick Murrow with your latest edition of the Liberty Beat. Gold is trading at $1,675, silver at $17.35, and Bitcoin is trading around $9,122. Today's gold, silver, and Bitcoin prices are brought to you by Brave Botanicals. High-quality kratom and CBD at reasonable prices with excellent customer service. Brave Botanicals is activist-owned and mission-driven. The Liberty Beat and Brave Botanicals believe so strongly in the power of kratom, we're giving it away for free. Just go to libertybeat.news/free kratom. This is the Liberty Beat at snlsnetwork.com. In the news, Operation Palladium has begun. Hundreds of agents from Immigration and Customs Enforcement have entered New York and other sanctuary cities in a fresh attempt to round up undocumented immigrants. Mid-Press News reports the directive, according to officials, is simple. Arrest as many undocumented immigrants as possible and flood the streets with officers. Beginning a 24/7 surveillance and detention program, ICE leadership has requested over 500 special agents who normally work fighting trafficking and organized crime to bolster the agency's numbers. That follows an earlier decision to deploy immigration SWAT teams to round up undocumented immigrants in sanctuary cities. New York Times reporter Annie Carrill shared a viral image taken through a peephole of a Bronx apartment, showing an ICE agent brandishing an assault weapon and demanding to enter. Carrill claims that the officers were going door to door, threatening to force their way in, and residents said they did not present a warrant, both breaches of the law. Ever wonder where we find all the news to report right here on the Liberty Beat? Visit snls.news to get the world's most censored media published all in one place. Save yourself from the endless time spent searching for reliable alternative media. SNLS News makes it quick and easy. No ads, no clickbait, just raw headlines, 24 hours a day. Visit snls.news and get informed today without the corporate media spin. Your news now continues. News of the coronavirus and the resulting potentially deadly disease spreading throughout the United States and across the world continues to develop rapidly. The Mind Unleash reports that according to a map managed by Johns Hopkins, there are now over 101,000 confirmed cases of COVID-19 and nearly 3,500 deaths worldwide. The CDC, meanwhile, is reportedly refusing to test a nurse with symptoms that volunteered to assist with COVID-19 patients at a California hospital. According to a letter posted on Twitter by Dr. Eric Feigl-Ding, the CDC claims that she cannot be tested because she was properly protected during her time volunteering. Meanwhile, Dr. Feigl-Ding said that 22 million Californians are now eligible for free medically necessary COVID-19 testing. However, there may still be a discrepancy when it comes to deciding which situations warrant testing and which ones don't. As coronavirus panic hits the United States, a financial lobbying group is attempting to use the crisis to push through the deregulation of its industry. Midpress News reports the Bank Policy Institute, a Washington-based lobbying organization representing many of the nation's largest banks, released a set of proposals this week, the most important of which recommends that the Federal Reserve lower capital requirements to zero. That would mean banks could lend an unlimited amount without having any assets or wealth to back it up. It also advocated relaxing the so-called stress tests that force banks to show that they can withstand economic shocks. This, it claims, would help America fight the COVID-19 virus. The report's lead author was BPI CEO Greg Baer, former managing director of J.P. Morgan Chase. Support for the Liberty Beat is brought to you by the Homestead Guru. The Homestead Guru is an educational website offering tips, tools, news, stories, and commentary on everything homesteading. Topics include green homes, gardening, animal husbandry, do-it-yourself, home remedies, alternative energy, survivalism, unschooling, and more. Those details are found online at thehomestead.guru. This is the Liberty Beat, powered by the SNLS Network at snlsnetwork.com. I'm Mick Murrow, reporting for the Liberty Beat, reminding you, spread liberty with a smile.
Researchers were able to successfully teach a father how to communicate his emotions with rudimentary hand gestures. The stunning development happened after Stanford researchers spent 9 months trying to train 42-year-old Pittsburgh father Ron Myers to express simple sentiments like pride and love in a way few thought possible. To conduct the study, researchers used large, simplistic diagrams depicting hand gestures a dad might use to show emotion in a way Ron could easily comprehend.
We would often leave Band of Brothers or 30 for 30 reruns on to help him stay comfortable.
When Ron was able to successfully identify an emotion, he was given rewards to reinforce good behavior, including buffalo wings or a moment to read a page of a Tom Clancy novel. Despite Ron's breakthrough, researchers say he still has a way to go before achieving full emotional maturity, as after several months of work with Ron, he still retreats to the corner of the lab to look up drywalling techniques on the internet whenever his real family drops by to see him.
This is the Onion News Network.
Free Talk Live.
Yes, this is Free Talk Live, the live radio call-in show where you can talk about whatever you want. Our toll-free number, of course, is 855-450-3733. That's 855-450-FREE, like freedom. And with you tonight, it's myself, the captain.
It's Ian.
And nobody, future governor of New Hampshire.
That's true. Nobody is the future governor of New
Hampshire. I am the future governor.
The future is bright.
I'm also the former future mayor of Keene.
Former future mayor. Yeah. Nobody is a lot of things, and nobody does a lot of stuff.
Nobody does it best.
My names are Legion.
And hopefully nobody will keep it up.
Nobody always keeps it up.
Is that what she said? Or he, depending on how you swing.
I wouldn't quote her.
We've been talking a whole lot about a lot of things, including your calls and your thoughts. And we actually will go right away straight into your calls and your thoughts. With us tonight is the Christian Anarchist. You are live on the air.
Hello, y'all. Wanted to talk about.
I'm sorry, you sound great. I just wanted to mention that. You sound really great.
I wanted to talk about the virus panic. I think the virus panic is actually worse than the disease. And I'd like to point out to the listeners that I'm not a doctor. I haven't gone to medical school. I am the administrator of a medical clinic, but other than that, that's the extent of my knowledge of medicine.
What have you been seeing there in Tennessee?
Oh, we have nothing. I mean, I guess there's been 2 cases in Memphis. I have no information really about them.
But are people freaking out? Like, are people coming into the doctor's office all worried? Are people walking around in masks?
No.
Are toilet paper sections sold out at the grocery store? Department stores?
There are some things.
See, I think panic about the panic is overblown as well, because I've actually seen very few things. I saw one picture where they were taking a picture of an empty an empty store shelf, and they had all of the stuff that was previously on that store shelf piled up behind them. They couldn't find an empty store shelf, so they cleared one.
They made one. Wow. Okay. But what have you been seeing, Gene?
Well, I mean, we haven't had any people really that concerned about it, and that's a good thing. I think more what I'm talking about is the panic that's being pushed by the media and by the CDC even. The CDC is telling elderly people to stock up on food and medicines, for instance. Well, how do you stock up on medications? I mean, we're only allowed to write you a prescription for a certain number of pills, a certain number of days.
That's an excellent question. Yep. Could I get you to tweet that to the CDC?
I wish.
It's a great question. My patient tells me, or whoever made that recommendation, my patient tells me that you recommend that she stock up on her medication. I want to know if all the normal prescription rules are suspended.
Isn't it the DEA that handles that?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know, but Gene, I wanted to, as a musician, I tend to come up with band names for bands that don't exist, and I came up with one recently based on what I would call the Panic, right? And it is Full Throttle Hype Machine.
But what I don't even think there is a panic. I think there are people trying to push the idea that there's a panic.
It's an overreaction.
Well, if you look at the statistics, the biggest growth period even in China now seems to be over. Yes, a lot of people got sick, a lot of people died, but it seems to be stabilized now. And I don't think it has anything to do with what China and now Italy are doing as far as their cordoning off big cities and geographical areas, which seem to be doing absolutely nothing. I don't think that those help at all.
Yeah,
I think it's a big mistake. And if you look at places like Japan, they're not doing any of that, and they're not having that kind of an.
Do you feel
now,
like
some people believe that at least China is using this as a cover to kill dissidents and to imprison dissidents with no questions asked?
I don't know. China doesn't need a cover to kill dissidents. They just kill them. Right. They don't, and then they deny it. So they don't even need to worry about that.
I feel like Italy is like one of these situations where it's the people in power trying to make themselves seem as if they're more important than they actually are.
I suppose. But everything the government does is always either completely wrong or it's the right thing to do and they're doing it the wrong way. So the government never has a solution and they always do things back-asswards. So,
well, I mean, the nice thing
about what they're doing, that's not right.
The nice thing about the market is it's like evolution, you know? Everybody tries what they think is best on a small scale, and if whoever's ideas works out best for other people, their way of doing it grows, and the other ways of doing it that the customers don't choose just fade away.
And I'd like to provide a quick update from Wuhan, China, because if listeners don't know, my wife comes from Wuhan, China. She has a contact list of over 100 people that she's in, on group chats with over WeChat. And none of the people still that she knows in Wuhan, China, have been infected by this disease. A few of them know of a friend who had it, but nobody in her big circle of people in Wuhan, China, has ever been affected by this disease. And now, currently, the people in Wuhan are starting to go back to work, and things are starting to get back to normal.
Interesting. So it could all just be a plague.
I don't know that. I don't know that it's much worse than a very bad strain of flu. I mean, I think it is a bit more infective. I think you can certainly.
It seems like it's killing a slightly larger number of people.
It looks like about a 4% death rate, which is shocking. But if you look at the statistics, most of those people are elderly with other complications.
So I'm trying to reconcile this with everything I've seen out of China, which has been terrifying. But of course, the only thing that they can catch is the government doing what the government is doing, and that's what's been terrifying, as you see so I think, the last time China killed 10,000 people, it was Tiananmen Square, and I think like the other governments thought that was slightly over the top, and probably gave them gave the president, maybe a mean email or something, like something that people would almost never do to him for a small atrocity like killing 10,000 people. So, the thing that I'm thinking of is hearing about the way the crematoriums in China were running, and that they were disposing of, it appeared, hundreds of thousands of bodies. So I guess the question is, how many people did the Chinese government think it could make disappear without any outcry? And what makes you think they didn't want to get rid of more people than that?
Well, there are 1.7 billion people, I think, in China, something like that. So they can easily erase 1 million people, and it wouldn't even be a blip on the radar. So the crematoriums, yes, are going. I'm sure the numbers are underreported. I'm sure that dissidents get killed every single day. If you look at the organ transplant numbers, it's almost a guarantee that they're basically killing people for organs in order to meet the amount of transplants that they complete in China.
Right.
So I don't think, I am never shocked at the evil of Gunnerman. Gunnerman is the most evil thing on this planet. And the Chinese Gunnerman is they're top of their game as far as evil goes. And the other Gunnermans aren't a lot better, so.
Yeah. Well, the other Gunnermans are slicker.
Yeah. Amen to that, Gene. Thanks for the call tonight. We appreciate it. It is insane, and I can't believe that more folks aren't aware of the fact that, government is the most immoral organization type of all time in all of history. More coming up.
I want to tell you about my favorite cryptocurrency wallet, Edge Wallet, at edge.app. Edge is the wallet I use more than any other, and that was true long before Edge Wallet became a sponsor of Free Talk Live. Edge Wallet allows you to buy, sell, trade, and securely hold your cryptocurrencies, including Bitcoin, Ethereum, tokens, Monero, Ripple, Dash, Bitcoin Cash, and more. It's available for both Android and iOS, and you can download it via the Play or App Store or via Edge Wallet's website, edge.app. Secure your freedom with Edge Wallet.
Does your dog itch, scratch, stink, or shed like crazy? Come to Dynavite for help.
Order a 90-day supply of Dynavite.
Dynavite for life.
Pick up 2 tubes of Doggo Suds.
Get the 3rd tube free.
Peppermint, tea tree, lavender, Doggo Sud shampoo.
Made with all-natural coconut, jojoba, aloe. Great for healthy skin and soft, shiny coats.
But no itchy, harsh chemicals.
Lather up, rinse away.
Try Doggo Suds. Buy 2, get 1 free.
At Dynavite.com.
DINOVITE.com.
Don't miss this year's LibertyCon with great speakers like Whole Foods CEO John Mackey, Congressman Justin Amash, and Nobel Prize winner Vernon Smith. Attend 2 spectacular debates. Is government necessary, and does capitalism require government intervention? Network with over 70 pro-liberty organizations. This and a whole lot more. April the 3rd through the 5th in Washington, D.C. Visit libertycon.com and use code FTL for a $10 discount on libertycon.com. The next generation wallet is coming from Divvy. In just a few taps, you'll be able to send, earn, spend, and exchange digital money in seconds. Send money around the globe with only a swipe. Instantly exchange between Divvy, Bitcoin, and fiat right in the mobile app and withdraw directly to your bank account. Divvy already offers the first one-tap solution for earning passive income with crypto. Multi-tiered masternodes allow everyone to partake in the network. Visit DivvyProject.org. DivvyProject.org.
Do you know the difference between erudite and pedantic? If you do, you're probably pedantic. But seriously, a surprising number of erudite people mispronounce erudite, which has 3 syllables, not 4. Say erudite, not erudite. Because you are judged by how you speak, you want to avoid common misstatements, especially if you're a job seeker. For instance, do you know the difference between imply and infer? Only a speaker can imply. Only a listener can infer. And when you say you'll be out of pocket, do you mean out of touch? Out of pocket means you're on your own dime, not yet reimbursed. And if anyone ever asks, why do you always answer a question with a question? You should reply, do I do that? Just kidding. From survivalspeech.com, I'm Holland Cook.
Some of you asked, and now we've delivered. LRN.FM's live Keene, New Hampshire studio shows are now streamed in HD on Twitch. Visit our channel at twitch.lrn.fm and give it a follow. If you have Amazon Prime, you get 1 free subscription on Twitch. If you use it on our channel, Twitch will give LRN.FM a monthly piece of your Prime subscription cost. So please watch, follow, share, and subscribe to twitch.lrn.fm. That's twitch.lrn.fm. So you've signed the Shire Society Declaration and are planning your move to New Hampshire to be around more liberty-oriented people. Next, sign up for the Shire Society Forum at forum.shiresociety.com. There are a bunch of people there who are already in the Shire, and they want to meet you. If you're already in the Shire physically, you should also come by the forums. Remember, not everyone uses Facebook. New people are signing up for the Shire Society Forum every month, so drop in and say hello at forum.shiresociety.com.
Love what we do? Please help support our international satellite channels at patreon.lrn.fm. That's patreon.lrn.fm.
Free Talk Live, it is.
It is.
It is Free Talk Live. Is that what it is? It's what it is. It's live, it's talk, and it's free.
Mm-hmm.
And you can call in and talk live for free at 855.
You were happy to get cheap talk, but we'll give it to you for free.
Rightly inexpensive talk live. Again, 855-450-FREE like freedom if you would like to call and talk about whatever you want. I wanted to take a minute and thank somebody with the arguably a pseudonym of Lord Porcupine.
Hey, all right. We know that
Lord Porcupine. Thank you very much for being a Free Talk Live amplifier. If you don't know what a Free Talk Live amplifier is, you can go to amp.freetalklive.com and find out all about it. But basically, it is a program where if you like the content that you hear, you like our show that we put on 7 days a week without fail, and you want the message of freedom and liberty to be spread, you can help us do that by giving us a contribution. We only ask for $5 a month. And Lord Porcupine actually gives a bit more than that. He is actually a platinum amplifier, and that means he gives
$25 at least.
$25.
Thank you, Lord Porcupine.
Lord Porcupine. I just like saying that like that. Lord Porcupine. So thank you very much. More at amp.freetalklive.com. We use that money to get this show on more radio stations. Currently, we're at 209-ish.
Yeah, that's about right. Yeah.
So we could be on 250. We could be on 300. It's up to you, the listeners. We could be on a whole bunch more with your help. So thank you, Lord Porcupine. We're going to go to more of your calls and your thoughts right now. And we have Mortified Penguin. Can you hear me?
Yeah, sure can.
All right. You are on Free Talk Live. Go ahead.
Great. I wanted to talk about Vermin Supreme tonight. I follow him on Twitter, and he's very active on social media, really an interactive guy, really a guy that...
Vermin Supreme?
I know. Who is he for our listeners?
Oh, yes. He is he's the guy with the boot on his head. He's a perennial presidential candidate that kind of just pokes fun at the system.
A boot to the head?
Perennial.
Boot to head?
Yeah.
Boot on his head. He wears it.
Yeah.
Maybe you've seen him.
I know you know.
On some stage or a picture of him if you haven't heard him speak. But yeah, he always has a boot on his head. I think one time they made him take the boot off, but he pretty much doesn't go outside the house.
No, he does take the boot off sometimes. And the thing is, because there's two personas to Vermin Supreme. There's the performance artist Vermin Supreme that argues for stupid things like everybody gets a pony. But then when he takes the hat off is when he lays out a real libertarian position. So it's important to pay attention to whether Vermin Supreme has his boot on his head. And I'm pretty sure that's how he tells us, now I'm breaking the fourth wall. Now I'm giving you what's up.
Well, and I'm pretty sure that was foretold by the Godfather, George Carlin, to watch out for the hats that people wear. It might mean something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes. So you got a good point. Vermin Supreme, especially this go around, is really letting it know that he is a really knowledgeable guy about libertarianism, a really smart guy. He's really making an effort this time, especially after I think last election was such a crap show. He's really, and obviously this one's going to be for sure as well, that he's really making an effort to do a ton of outreach, a ton of interaction with his fans, and he's really bringing on a lot of people. He's the only libertarian candidate I've ever seen to make a really big inroads and outreach, I should say, to the libertarian left. He's and what I've seen on Twitter specifically, besides the fact that he's super interactive with people, which you just got to be in 2020, but he's a ton of his support of people tweeting that they favor him or like him. Maybe he's their second favorite or new favorite candidate is coming from Bernie supporters, because
Really?
you know what's happening in the Democratic Party.
Bernie supporters have to figure out where to go because Bernie's going to get cheated. And then he's going to endorse the establishment because that's what he does.
Well, most of them are going to go to the Green Party. I mean, come on.
I would not be surprised if they went Vermin Supreme just because they don't see it as a vote for libertarian principles. They see it as a vote against the status quo.
Why wouldn't they go for their Green Party, which it lines up way more with what Bernie wants?
Because the Green Party,
the Bernie people aren't there to troll.
They're even going to be noticed.
Oh, of course they will. Their candidate, Jill Stein, got 3 times the vote total that she did in 2012. She got 3 times that in 2016, just as Gary Johnson tripled his votes.
Look at where Vermin support comes from. A lot of Vermin support comes from very left libertarians.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a lot of
Bernie supporters.
Some of them are.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them are. It's like saying, well, libertarians aren't Rand Paul supporters. Well, that's not true because some of them are, even though...
I have never heard anybody make the argument that Bernie is a libertarian. I've certainly heard people make the argument
that Bernie was
I've heard people make the argument that Rand Paul is a libertarian, even though he disclaims
But we're not talking
term.
about ideological libertarians. We're talking about ANCOMs.
Anarcho-communists.
Who support Bernie Sanders and many of them do, and many of them would also support Vermin Supreme.
Maybe.
And that's why it's so important to have a place for the libertarian left in the Libertarian Party. There's a lot of them. So the question is, how do we coexist? And my answer is, let's just do federalism. If your state wants to have universal health care, great, implement it on the state level, and I won't live there.
Yeah, I want to say, I do consider myself very much a left libertarian, but in a form, exclusive of communists. In most left libertarian spaces I'm around are exclusive of communism. But I know people that call themselves some sort of anarcho-communists that maybe more so like so-called vulgar anarcho-communists that do support and lean heavily towards Bernie. And there's a lot of people out there that are going to see Bernie get what they're calling rat effed. I can't say that word on the air. By the establishment, and they. The guy with the boot on their head is kind of saying that's what they think of the system at this point, and I want them to think that.
And there was a lot of that effect after Ron Paul got cheated in the same way in 2008 and 2012, where a lot of people who were like flag-waving libertarian the flag-waving libertarians, a lot of them turned into anarchists when they saw that the system was completely rigged. So it didn't matter how they voted. Democracy is a lie. It doesn't matter who counts the votes, who casts the votes. It matters who counts them.
Thanks for the call, Mortified Penguin. 855-450-FREE is our toll-free number if you want to join in the fun. 855-450-3733. More Free Talk Live coming up.
Gold has definitely been on the move recently, and there is no more secure investment historically. McAlvany ICA has been helping people take delivery of precious metals and find storage options for decades. They've helped thousands of investors with their precious metal IRAs. Call ICA today for your free portfolio review at 800-525-9556 or download their free report online at ICAGoldSilver.com to learn how you can double your gold and silver ounces even within an IRA. 800-525-9556. ICAGoldSilver.com.
Bitcoin.com has launched a trading platform at local.bitcoin.com, allowing you to buy or sell Bitcoin Cash via dozens of payment methods like PayPal, Venmo, bank deposit, remittances, or meeting in person with cash. There are no ID requirements to sign up for and use the site, and all communications between buyers and sellers are encrypted. Finally, a global trading platform that respects your privacy. Visit local.bitcoin.com to get started trading Bitcoin Cash. local.bitcoin.com.
Free Talk Live.
A GoPro camera that's costs $300 is better than a Taser-made camera.
Yeah, so there are other competitors in the marketplace, and they weren't given a chance to even bid on that. I mean, that's good old boy cronyism, isn't it? You support that?
Are you opposed to free enterprise?
I am for free enterprise. I am against no-bid contracts. You see, free marketplaces have competition so that we find out if products are superior or not. In an area where you have no-bid contracts, you'll never find out what's better. You said that there was no coercion here.
Making the purchase and make that decision for themselves.
No, they cannot, because they're taking my tax money at the threat of my home. You said there was no coercion, and I will remind you that they will kick me and my family out on the street if I don't pay property taxes. To suggest that this money belongs to the police chief is just the kind of boot-licking that takes this country into fascism.
Free Talk Live, 7 nights a week from 7 to 10 Eastern, live on the Liberty Radio Network at LRN.FM.
The new 4th edition of Healing Our World, The Compassion of Libertarianism, will take your understanding of liberty to a deeper level and has over 1,300 updated references, new cartoons, and a foreword by Dr. Ron Paul. With discounts for multiple book purchases, the 4th edition of Healing Our World is a great gift for the liberals, pragmatists, environmentalists, and Christians in your life who think libertarianism is cold-hearted. Get yours today at healing.freetalklive.com and use promo code FTL for a $5 discount. So you've heard all 3 hours of the latest episode of Free Talk Live, and you're still hungry for liberty-oriented audio content? Did you know that we have another 24/7 audio stream at LRN.FM? The Liberty Radio Network airs the latest episodes of some of the best liberty-oriented podcasts on the internet around the clock. In addition to recorded content, you'll also hear live shows like Free Talk Live, originating from our Keene, New Hampshire studio. So listen anytime at LRN.FM. That's LRN.FM.
The political world is a maddening cesspool of corruption and lies. Nobody tells the truth. Nobody keeps campaign promises. Nobody obeys the Constitution. Nobody puts the people first. How can we ever escape this web of tyranny? Vote for nobody.
Hi, my name is Nobody. I'm running for governor of New Hampshire because nobody knows how to live your life better than you do, and nobody deserves that kind of power. I want to put you back in control of your money, your lifestyle, your work, your body, and your life. Nobody should rule you but you. New Hampshire convicts many people of so-called crimes that should never have been prosecuted. If elected, I will pardon every victimless crime in New Hampshire history. This includes drug, gambling, prostitution, gun, and driving offenses. Nobody should have a criminal record when they have not harmed anybody.
Wouldn't it be nice to have nobody telling you what to do? Learn more at electnobody.com. electnobody.com.
Now you can follow LRN.FM on the decentralized Mastodon social media platform at toot.lrn.fm, toot.lrn.fm.
Yes, it's Free Talk Live. 855-450-3733 is our toll-free number. 855-450-FREE, like freedom. You can call in and join in the fun. Talk about whatever you like. Take control of the airwaves if you like. And I am your host.
But the thing that you can't do here is escape the FCC. If you want to do that Friday night, Ian and I will be doing Freer Talk Live.
That's
Some
right.
call it Loose Talk Live, in which we will be happy to take your phone calls and curse at you.
Yeah, for those of you who have not experienced an episode of Freer Talk Live, it's the after show to Free Talk Live, where it's only streaming online, so the show isn't subject to the regular rules of the FCC that we have to abide by.
Whatever, we do what we want.
Well, there's still a few rules that we have to abide by because of the platforms
Yeah,
that
but
we're
it's
on,
like, don't be a Nazi, which I don't want to do.
Pretty much, yeah.
And so if you would like to hear an uncensored version of some of our hosts, tune into that, please.
Yeah. 10:30 p.m. Eastern Friday nights on dlive.lrn.fm and twitch.lrn.fm.
I was going to say it's both of them, right?
That's right. Simultaneous.
Okay. And so I'm the captain. I'm your host tonight, and I'm joined by...
It's Ian.
And Nobody.
And here is a Liberty update from LibertyCon. Don't miss these two very special debates. First, is government necessary? This debate will feature David Friedman, Milton's son, and Timothy Sandifer. David will be arguing that government is not necessary, while Timothy will be arguing that government is necessary. Should be an interesting debate.
I'll put $10 on that, on the not necessary side.
On the not necessary? Okay.
Yeah,
all right,
I think he's going to win.
All right, I'll let David know. Second, does capitalism require government intervention? In this debate, Gene Epstein, the economics editor for Barron's, will debate Stephen Pearlstein of the Washington Post. Epstein will argue against intervention, and Pearlstein will argue in favor of it. Also, John Mackey, Whole Foods CEO, will speak on conscious capitalism. Be a part of LibertyCon. LibertyCon is a unique Liberty convention April 3rd through 5th in Washington, D.C. for people who want to network with more than 70 pro-liberty organizations for things like career advancement, business, or internship opportunities. Visit libertycon.com for more details on our incredible list of speakers, events, and student discounts. That's libertycon.com. You can use code FTL, as in Free Talk Live, and get a $10 discount. So, Ian, you had mentioned that you had a story to tie in with this evening. How does it tie in exactly?
Yeah, we've been doing a lot of discussion about the coronavirus, starting with Italy cracking down on a lockdown status for the entire country, which was shocking. And then we explored the eBay restrictions, which was very strange because Camel Toe in our chat room on discord.lrn.fm said that when eBay came out with this notice several days ago that they were banning all masks and hand sanitizer and disinfecting wipes, he said that he checked and they did wipe the site out. They took all that stuff down. They refunded the sellers' fees to the sellers who were selling those items, and they took them down. But now, 4 days later, there's items, they're back up. So I don't know if they're just going through once a day and taking them down, and we're just seeing some that got popped up today.
PR move, maybe?
And that's the situation that I was saying, where you can still use the market, but you're deprived of the reputation system, because I assume they're kicking these guys off eBay if they keep posting ads they don't like.
Do you think it was a PR move, maybe, so that they could get in the news? Oh, yes, we've banned all these things. And they did for one day.
I think they got a call from every economics professor in the country saying, what are you thinking?
Yeah, but a lot of economics professors aren't free market economics professors.
Well, everybody, I mean, even a Keynesian is pretty clear on letting the price. Keynesians believed in manipulating the money supply, but they did not believe in further regulating the economy to a great extent.
One of these economists needs to give the governor of the Mariana Islands a phone call and give him a heads up, because a story from the Saipan Tribune, of course, Mark Edge, one of our regular co-hosts, has been broadcasting from the Marianas over the last couple months now.
Yeah, he's on Thursday and Friday now?
He's not doing Thursday this week. He can't do it. His family's coming to town, but so actually I'll be filling in. I think I was going to invite you to come on with me.
Yep, nobody will be there.
But yeah, so we'll be taking care of Thursday this week. But yeah, he'll be on Friday this week.
Because nobody cares.
And he's been touting the Marianas as the most free place in the United States and thereby the world.
They have some good points on that argument. I mean, there are some reasons why that might be true.
Well, take it with a grain of salt here, because we'll see how you feel after this headline.
Okay, lay it on me, bro.
Saipan Tribune: Torres declares price freeze. That's the governor of the Marianas. A price freeze has been declared throughout the CNMI, that stands for the Northern Mariana Islands, a commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands, in a move meant to protect CNMI residents during the coronavirus outbreak, which has weakened the economy. Governor Ralph DLG Torres signed Executive Order 2020-03 yesterday, declaring the price freeze. Quote, "Protecting the health and safety of our residents includes protecting their ability to provide for their families during this unanticipated economic downturn as a result."
By literally outlawing them paying more for the welfare of their families.
As a result of the coronavirus, he said. It noted in his order the CNMI is experiencing, quote, "an unprecedented economic circumstances that affect everyone." He said in his press release, quote, "It is our obligation to protect the spending power of our residents so we can feed our families and make ends meet during these difficult times ahead."
I just feel like this is another case of a guy trying to make himself feel more important than he actually is.
Yeah.
Because I'm an important man. I better do something to exercise my importance. Otherwise, this opportunity will pass me by.
No, they really don't understand. They think that it's worse to get something at a high price than not to get it at all. I was arguing with these morons last night, and they can't get it through their heads that outlawing a high-priced sale doesn't mean they're going to get it at a low price. It means they're not going to get it at all.
Right. Well, I don't recommend arguing with morons.
Yeah. Unfortunately, people who know economics don't run for political office. He goes on to say,
nobody does.
No more.
And nobody tells the truth.
He says, now more than ever is the time to come together as one commonwealth and look out for each other.
Nobody thinks this is a good idea.
In addition to the price freeze, Torres wrote letters to all CNMI banks last week to ask them to consider providing a 3-month grace period for all loans, mortgages, promissory notes, and other monetary obligations owed from residents of Saipan, Tinian, and Rota, which are the 3 main islands.
Which means that as of now, they're very hesitant to issue new loans because the government may come back in a couple of months with a gun and say do it or die, or do it or get your business confiscated.
Lieutenant Governor Arnold Palacios added businesses should not take advantage of residents during these challenging times. He said, quote, "We value our businesses."
Unlike the politicians who are obviously taking full advantage of these people at these trying times.
And businesses should not spend more money than usual on preparation, because that means that if they can't change their retail price and their wholesale price goes up, they can't even order it. They're just not going to have it.
If you can't make money, then you're not in business. He said further, we value our businesses as strong partners, but we are in the midst of an economic crisis.
You're in the midst of a crisis of your own stupidity.
That requires all of us to look out for each other. As a government and as leaders, we will do our part to protect everyone during these difficult times. Businesses should not look to exploit residents during this crisis.
We must protect you from having toilet paper when you must need it. You will go without toilet paper and you will like it because we saved you money.
And the unspoken statement here is he's suggesting that it's okay and that businesses are exploiting residents at all other times. And wait till you hear the list of things that they're putting a price freeze on.
Politicians wiping away your rights. More coming up on Free Talk Live.
This is Fred.
Hi, I'm Fred.
Fred's a repeater.
I tend to repeat.
Fred has a business.
I do have a business.
And a problem. Fred repeats the same tired advertising over and over, and now it doesn't work.
Over and over.
But Fred is about to see a vision.
I'm seeing a vision.
Advertising on the Genesis Communications Network is the smart way for Fred to reach his potential customers with the most affordable national advertising rates, period. Get started today with GCN, the Genesis Communications Network. Just email advertise@gcnlive.com.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, the inventor of MyPillow, and like all of you out there, I had problems sleeping. Pillows would go flat, I would flip-flop all night long, I would wake up with a sore neck, maybe a headache, or feel like I needed a nap even though I slept 8 hours. When I invented MyPillow, I wanted it to where you could move the patented fill to give you the exact support you need as an individual, regardless of sleep position. MyPillow will get you into that deep REM sleep faster, and you will stay there longer. It's not about how much time we spend in bed, it's about how much of that quality sleep we get. I do all of my own manufacturing right here in the United States. I have a 10-year warranty. You can wash and dry my pillow, and I give you a 60-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. And here's my best offer ever. You can buy one of my pillows and get one absolutely free.
Go to mypillow.com or call 800-870-0305 and use promo code GCN. That's mypillow.com or 800-870-0305 with promo code GCN.
Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but soon you'll need a plan and place to survive. Forget bunkers. You're not a live underground gopher. You need survivalist camps, the ultimate fully functional, off-the-grid mobile survival bug-out house that's well-equipped and custom-built to outlast any other RV or trailer. Bold statement? You bet. See them now at survivalistcamps.com. That's survivalistcamps.com. Trust your family's survival to survivalistcamps.com.
Is spreading the message of liberty, cryptocurrency, and peace around the globe worth $2 per month to you? As you may already know, in addition to our internet feed, LRN.FM broadcasts on free-to-air satellite across North and Central America, as well as Sub-Saharan Africa. And we've been available on satellite for free 24/7 since 2010. The LRN.FM free-to-air satellite signal is reaching some of the most oppressive regimes in the world, and there's no doubt our ideas are making an impact. You can learn more about the channel's impact by watching the 3-minute video at fund.lrn.fm. If you'd like to help free minds globally with our ideas of liberty, cryptocurrency, and peace, you can donate as little as $2 per month via fund.lrn.fm. You can help us continue and expand our satellite broadcast to multiple continents. Visit fund.lrn.fm today, and thank you for your help. Don't forget to share the link on social media. That's fund.lrn.fm. If you want to know the latest about Free Talk Live before we go on the air, all you need to decide is how you want it delivered. It's your choice. Visit news.freetalklive.com to receive our usually weekly news updates by email. Plus, we have a Twitter account at twitter.freetalklive.com, and you can follow us on the decentralized Mastodon platform at toot.freetalklive.com. So please follow us at toot.freetalklive.com and sign up for our emails at news.freetalklive.com.
Cell 411 is a free app for Android and iOS that replaces government-controlled 911. Cell 411 allows you to preset a group of friends or private organizations to show up at any emergency. Cell 411 is a nightmare for the state because it proves their so-called services aren't needed. Cell 411 has had thousands of installs, and of course it's covered by the BIPCOT no government license. Cell 411 because your friends won't shoot you when you're in trouble. Without the government, who would build the emergency services? You and Cell 411. Get it today at getcell411.com.
This is the Liberty Radio Network, broadcasting the latest liberty-oriented audio content 24 hours a day at LRN.FM.
It is Free Talk Live. It's the live Monday night edition, 8:55, 450 free, like freedom. That's 855-450-3733. With you tonight, it's myself, the captain.
It's Ian.
And the nobody formerly known as Rich Paul.
You can join liberty-minded voluntarists, anarchists, and libertarians from June
and people
29th
with bad British accent
until July 5th for Folkfest 2020 at Rogers Campground in the beautiful White Mountains of New Hampshire. I can't keep that up for very long.
I mean, it's not
Actually,
bad.
that got better at the end.
Folkfest happens the week after Porcupine Freedom Festival, and Folkfest is decentralized.
You're slipping over into Irish once in a while.
I am too.
Come on out to Folkfest, everyone.
I come to Folkfest.
But maybe you lived in Ireland for a while.
I'll slide into a bit of New Zealand too. Let's do.
What does New Zealand sound like?
It's kind of like Australian, but like it's got like more nasally to it, right?
Okay.
Australian is sort of like this, but New Zealand is a little it's a little more nasally. Anyway, I'm going to switch to Southern now, just to switch it up, right? That also means there's no ticket cost. Just reserve your camping, RV site, or motel room with Rogers Campground for June 29th until July 5th. Where better to celebrate Independence Day than around other freedom-loving activists in the Shire? Yep. You can simply relax and go camping with other liberty lovers, or you can create whatever experience or event you'd like others to have. If you're planning an event for Forkfest, be sure to let others know in advance. You can connect with other Forkfesters via the unofficial Telegram chat or the Forkfest forum. Links to those are on the unofficial website, forkfest.party. That's forkfest.party. Hell yeah.
Yes, indeed. We'll be there.
Yeah, see, the trick is create a character instead of imitating an accent, and then if they say you're doing it wrong, you're like, well, that's just how he talks.
That's just Bob, man. That's how Bob talks.
Yeah, that's how Bob talks. He's a little messed up, but we love him.
All right, so you guys ready for this list of price freeze?
I feel like it's going to upset me, so I don't know if I'm
crazy.
I don't know if I'm ready.
So remember the CNMI.
All right, Snowflake.
The Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands here, the governors have put a price freeze into place with an executive order, and talking about businesses shouldn't be exploiting residents and so on and so forth, suggesting that that businesses are exploiting residents at other times of the years, but it's not okay at this time because of an economic difficulty brought on by the coronavirus. The prices are frozen for the following items. Just to be clear, they mean you cannot raise the prices. You could lower the prices still on these items. Number one, gasoline, kerosene, diesel fuel, natural gas, and other chemical fuels, whether in gaseous, liquid, or solid form. 2, all foods and foodstuffs, including water, bottled water.
Hang on. When they say price freeze, do they mean in either direction?
No, they mean you cannot raise the price. I checked on that because I was wondering about that.
Because of the news earlier about the oil prices going down.
Yeah,
and
no,
that
you
kind of
cannot
thing,
raise the price.
Which means you cannot order Order it at eBay. On eBay, you can't get it delivered there unless you can get a good price on it. If you can't get a good, that is the ultimate.
Well, they can't control
cheapness.
that. They can't control that.
Well,
they can't tell an eBay seller they can't sell to you. And the eBay seller wouldn't know about the price freeze.
Well, maybe.
They wouldn't know. It's the Mariana Islands.
eBay's already cut off one group of people, and part of the reason is they thought it was against the law. Don't you think eBay would cut off New Zealand if the New Zealand government wanted them to?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. But also, go ahead.
Although maybe it would wake the government of New Zealand up. If you want to know how much sense your price check makes, imagine the phone call between New Zealand and the CEO of eBay when they're saying, there's going to be an emergency, so don't send us any supplies.
Okay, so
you're saying you don't want me to send you supplies because you're going to have an emergency? No, because you might charge us too much, and you'd rather not have it than pay more.
Right.
Why? I want to have that conversation going on. I want to do it as a scene.
I'm still thinking about the gasoline thing, right? So there's a price freeze. Prices can't go up.
That's right.
Right? But the price of a barrel of oil went down. And having worked at a gas station at one point in my life, plus I've frequented them my entire life, having been a driver, I know that the price of gas can change daily. Yeah. So in the Mariana Islands, let's just use a round number for the sake of argument. Let's say gas is $2 a gallon
It's
right
more
now.
than that.
Okay, but let's just say it is. And then tomorrow, the gas price goes down to $1.80, right? And then, like, in a week...
Does it refreeze when it goes down?
Right, yeah. when the price of a barrel of oil goes back up, are they saying that price can't come back up now?
That may be what they're saying here, but we're not done yet. We're only on item number 2, which includes all foods, bottled water, any beverage, ice, prices frozen. Number 3, all clothing. Number 4, flashlights, lamps, lanterns, candles, light bulbs, other means of illumination.
If the price of ice is fixed and the price of electricity goes up, you have to turn off your ice machine when you most need ice if you don't want to, lose money and possibly end up bankrupt.
Number 5, generators, cables, wires, electrical batteries of any sort, and similar equipment for the generation and or transmission of electrical power. 6, all appliances used in the storage and or preparation of food, including but not limited to stoves, barbecue grills, ovens, refrigerators, and coolers. 7, tools typically used for construction, ground clearing, or home repairs, whether electrically powered, chemically powered, or manual, including but not limited to saws, machetes, hammers, drills, shovels.
What criteria did they use to create this list?
You can't sell us anything we might really need.
Why didn't they just make a list of things that weren't frozen?
Don't sell us the stuff we need. We'll take anything but that.
Here's more. Number 8, all bedding items, including pillows, futons, and blankets.
Oh, my God.
And so that was the first list that they came out with. Then
a
little bit later, they added 2 more categories to it.
Oh, Jesus.
As if that weren't extensive enough, covering basically every product, known to man. Let me see here. I pulled up the list because what I was looking for, I wanted to see when I saw this news. I'm like, I want to read the actual order. I want to read the executive order because this is just a news article about the order.
Right.
They didn't have it posted online. You could email the governor's office and supposedly they'd email it back, but I didn't go through that process. I just wanted to see if it was available because my thought immediately was, and I said to Mark and Alexander from the CNMI Crypto Frontier, I said, you guys are lucky I'm not there with a bunch of free time on my hands because I'd go out and I'd grab a cooler full of water bottles and sit outside of the governor's office and just start raising the price 5 cents an hour, selling water bottles right out in front of his office, or get a kid to do it, even better, right? So number 9. So I went to the governor's. I searched for this order number and I found the governor's Facebook page. So I went there, and then there was an update. So they posted another one adding number 9 to the list. All medicines, medical equipment, personal protective equipment.
So you can't get any of that imported if the world price goes up.
Wow. Masks, gloves, hand sanitizers, and finally number 10, all housing rentals, including apartments and condominiums. So there's rent control in place now.
What the?
As a result.
Wow.
So my flabber is gasted.
I really don't want to operate this out, but somebody's offering me more than they normally would. So, okay, I'll do it. There's some consolation there. Instead, it's like, okay, well, no, I'm not gonna rent it out at all. Fine.
And as the article at the Saipan Tribune says, the last time CNMI's government ordered a price freeze was in the wake of Super Typhoon U2 in October of 2018. Guess how long it lasted? An entire year.
The price freeze?
Yeah.
Oh, good Lord.
Why would you do that to your people?
Yeah. They literally just got off the last price freeze in October of 2019. So they haven't even had half a year of non-frozen prices at this point.
Okay, let's put it this way. The government would have been more successful in the war on drugs if instead of outline the stuff, they just made it legal and then put a price freeze on it. Because then nobody would be able to get it when the price was high.
It sounds like in this particular political organization that it's the old, when you have a hammer, everything is a nail.
There's a price freeze on hammers and nails. Construction equipment, sorry.
Oh,
buy those.
Well, then I guess...
What about guns?
Yeah, did it mention firearms?
Because I'll tell you, if I was living there right now, I'd pay a lot more for a gun than I would have paid yesterday living there. And since I don't live in either place, I'm not going to do that.
That is
shocking.
Absolutely
Just
insane.
shocking. The economic ignorance and the stupidity.
Wow.
And people will die because they're too stupid to get rid of their government.
Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for this live Monday night edition. To the folks who we didn't get to, waiting on hold and whatnot, we apologize. But we are on 7 days a week.
Except
Please
James
call back again.
Sorry to James.
And call us again at another time. You can find the archives of Free
You
Talk
will
Live.
understand the true intent of the Founding Fathers when they wrote the Constitution if you attend this free webinar. Chris Ann Hall, president of Liberty First University, doesn't simply regurgitate what some professor or expert has said about the Constitution. She relays the thoughts and opinions of those who wrote the documents. Her straightforward, passionate, easy-to-understand style lets anyone grasp the principles of liberty. Join us at lfu.freetalklive.com to watch the free pre-recorded webinar. Watch now at lfu.freetalklive.com.
Do you want to work from home, get paid, and forward liberty all at the same time? Free Talk Live is looking for account executives and appointment setters. If you've got a phone, a computer,